apologies for the technical difficulties we were having yesterday as the entire country of Spain was suffering a power outage, but no worries, we are back and ready for the Champions League. Yes, tonight, PSG and Arsenal. So let's dive into it. And what a beautiful table I have. All the way at the end of the table, a woman who has so much love for Arne Slot. It is Shantelle. A man who loves a theme bow tie and is gunning for a European Conference League, Alex Ashmore. And the man beside me has seen Real Madrid lose not once, not twice, but 3 times to Barcelona. It's Mr. KlintonCod.
Right, how do we start this intro again? Because I'm going to pick you up. Nah, I think that Real Madrid one, it's, not once, not twice. You know, I've never seen it the way you just analyze it now. Not once. I mean, I know it's 3 times, but saying it not once, not twice, it's making it feel like it's like 8 times, man. But Real Madrid needs to fix, they need to fix up, you know. No, they're actually beginning to piss me off now. Like, it's actually getting on my nerves. Like, at least win Barcelona, they have one chance. There's one more chance. Even if you win that one, it still doesn't make anything nicer, though, because it's still going to be 3-1. But see, Ancelotti, before you leave Real Madrid, if you don't win that one, it's next week, right?
Yeah, next Sunday.
The next El Clasico is next Sunday. If we don't win that one, Ancelotti, whatever you do in Brazil, I will come and find you. And when I find you, let's leave it there. So at least they don't come ban our TV station.
All right, well, a lot to get into, guys, and obviously a big match this evening. But quickly, it was a busy weekend that we had, and we didn't get to cover everything. Shantelle, can we just take a guess at what maybe the highlight was for you this weekend?
Arne Slot. La, 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 la. Of course. Liverpool won the Premier League. Where are we not clapping?
Why do we have to clap?
Well done,
Why do we have to clap? Exactly. Yeah.
Liverpool! Yes, that was the highlight of my
That was an easy
weekend.
win,
5-1. Arne Slot. It was beautiful.
Alex Ashmore, something that stood out for you over the weekend?
Well, it's a good question, actually. Malaga beat Castellon 1-0
Hey.
to push themselves a little bit further above that relegation zone.
Little
2-1 there.
victories.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. ClintonCod,
Yes, talk to me.
weekend highlight?
Huh?
What was your weekend highlight?
Manchester United didn't play.
My weekend... No, but I don't have only one team, though. My weekend highlights literally was highlighted yesterday. But does yesterday fall in part of the weekend?
Nope.
Oh, no, they did play. They drew with Bournemouth, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, actually.
After Bournemouth received a red card.
Late equaliser from Rasmus
Yeah, but then
Højlund.
again, I think that wasn't, too bad, too, because...
It's a good point for United against a good team like Bournemouth.
Of course, absolutely. I mean, especially how bad Manchester United have been in the, especially coming from that, Europa game, winning. Obviously, we know they are still in that winning streak, and for some reason, it feels like this is a proper juju. Yeah, knowing that you play excellently well in all this, European football, and then you come back to the Premier League. It's like a whole 2 different team, you know. Like there's just something about Manchester United with the games that they choose to win. I would think that winning all these games in this European side it gives you that kind of motivation to go into these Premier League games. And I don't know who was speaking about this game, and they made a statement. They said they were trying to downplay the teams playing the Europa, saying they are not strong enough compared to Premier League team, and that's the reason why Manchester... But I would somehow not agree with that, though. I don't know. What do you really say?
I'd say as a team, if you put Bournemouth up against Lyon 10 times, I'd say Lyon would... To be honest, actually, it'd be tough. I think it would be...
I think you'll definitely go a Bournemouth way.
It would be 5-5 at least.
No, of course.
But Lyon would definitely compete with
No, definitely. I think they would definitely score a couple of goals.
But if you put Wolves up, even Wolves. Wolves have, since Vitor Pereira got appointed as Wolves manager, only 2 teams have won more games.
Manchester United, something is definitely off. And this thing has to be spiritual. I just know it's spiritual. See, you cannot tell me otherwise. There's something spiritual about this Manchester United this season. And I was thinking Amorim will come and there's going to be some kind of spirit, some kind of break in whatever is happening. And we just see them winning and going forward in that European side. There's just something that's not stopping Manchester. But they come into the Premier League, it's just something off. Even when they give you that mindset of we're definitely going to win this one, we are giving you the kind of games you want to see, but they will still somehow flop. Of course, it was a 1-0 down. I was like, oh man, I'm Manchester United as usual. But then again, they came back. But coming back does not necessarily mean that you've gotten 3 points. It's just a 1 point, and it doesn't really make that much difference. At the end of the day, if say Tottenham were able to sit up to be at least not a very poor bad Tottenham, let's say they give just an average Tottenham, maybe Manchester United, it would even be worse for them in terms of where they are in the league table. Tottenham, their one is the one I know that a couple of pastors joined together in Nigeria and Ghana. There's nothing that can save them. There's nothing that would happen. WF Kumuyi or Chris Oyakhilome, or people don't know these names. These are really powerful, strong men. They come together. Tottenham cannot rise again. They are gone.
I can't believe we just wasted 3 minutes talking about Manchester United.
I know.
After a weekend that we had.
Yeah.
No. We had Liverpool.
Okay.
We had a Malaga shout. Nothing about Sevilla, Clinton? Not exciting for you whatsoever?
No, absolutely. Oh, right.
No, the fact that he forgot.
No, come on. I mean, why would you not want me to forget knowing that Real Madrid, they've lost 3?
Say
You've literally
something
just
honest
said
for
it.
once.
You've said it.
Say
Okay.
something honest for once.
All right, what do you want me? Okay, go on.
About how you felt about that result.
Where do you want me to say? Like after the show or on the show?
No. Into the lens.
Oh,
Down
sorry.
the barrel.
So you want me to go down the lens?
Are you happy with that result?
Definitely wasn't happy with that result, honestly.
Why you always lie?
You always.
Wow.
But listen. I would say this though. It was an amazing game. It was a very beautiful game to watch. Watching Real Madrid. I mean, this is the first time we've seen Real Madrid perform against Barcelona, and they've pretty much put up a fight. The last 2 fights, we saw the deficits. Look at the goal differences between Real Madrid and Barcelona. And this time around, we saw even Real Madrid winning at some point as well. This was a 2-1. And I felt like, wow, finally it came the Real Madrid way. And then I was obviously hoping that the next El Clasico, Real Madrid was going to get that one and it becomes a 2-2 for the season. But, Barcelona, of course, they were still going to put up that class. And I don't want to take away that.
To be fair, though, to Real Madrid, they were better.
In the second half?
In this Clasico compared to the first.
That's what you just said.
right.
No, but I think in general, I think most Real Madrid fans were thinking, surely we can't lose 3.
Well, they did.
I mean, it wasn't.
They did,
It wasn't.
they definitely
It wasn't just Real Madrid fans.
I
It
think
was
most
Real
people-
Madrid entirely, including Ancelotti's daughter thought the same.
But I think also when you look at how well Barcelona have been playing this season, it's only natural that they've won all 3. I think maybe, and then I think we've always put this pressure on Real Madrid, and especially against Arsenal in the Champions League quarterfinals, that they have that. We talked about the word remontada quite a lot last week, 2 weeks ago. It perhaps just hasn't, in terms of luck this year, hasn't been their year because obviously they've had a lot of injuries and they haven't been playing good football. So I think they put up a fight.
It was a good fight,
But
it wasn't good enough.
not quite enough.
It wasn't good enough, and
But you have to be perfect against Barcelona.
No, I mean this is Barcelona. Literally, they are the best team in Europe as we speak, right? I don't know if should we are we safe to say they are the best team just yet, or should we just
Yeah.
wait till the Champions League? Because at the end of the day, you
Up to
could.
now, I mean, they're better than Liverpool. Sorry, Chantelle.
What do you mean? Sorry,
Don't care.
Chantelle. Like,
Well, just I
Don't care.
okay, you just.
I don't know how
I don't
bad
want to
moments.
upset her.
Okay, makes sense.
I'm not coming for Liverpool in any way.
Okay, so I'm the only person who's allowed to upset. But go on.
They're better than Liverpool,
Yeah.
and Liverpool are the best team in the Premier League. They're probably better than PSG.
So if a Barcelona faces a Liverpool right now, you think Barcelona will win?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to outside that
don't
question. I
think
pretty much know what the answer is, but you don't really think it's going to be like a like you don't. I mean,
Is
because
this a one-off game
hang
or
on.
a Champions League tie?
I'm just saying. Let's imagine we had the both team, Barcelona, Real Madrid playing, say, a Champions League final, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barcelona and Real Madrid or Barcelona.
Sorry, Barcelona and Liverpool.
If it's a one-off game, I'd give Liverpool a lot more chance. But over a two-legged tie, I'd say Barcelona would win.
Why?
Because I just think we've seen Liverpool in the Champions League this year.
So what you're trying to basically say is that it's going to be a 1-1.
No,
If it was both sides, like
I think if you put if you put those two teams in a final right now,
Yes.
and you said, put your money where your mouth is, as I say, if I was a betting man, which I am, I would put my money on Barcelona, but just ever so slightly. Just given on how
Shantelle,
they've done in
where would your money go?
You
Barcelona?
know where.
Okay, well,
Oh, you
sorry,
know
well,
where
I'm
it's
asking.
going.
I was thinking, I didn't want to. I don't want to ask
That
any
would
that.
be the most
But
confident
I
bet I
wanna-
would make as well. Like,
I want us to get this on our YouTube though. YouTube
Yeah,
fans,
let's get a
please.
poll going.
Yeah, let's get a poll. Right, we have current Liverpool.
you know what? I don't
Current.
understand, Clinton. Liverpool just won the Prem. Why are you starting something?
Fam, Barcelona, they're about to win the Prem. Barcelona just won the Copa del Rey. Barcelona, they're probably going to win the Champions League. Barcelona, listen.
No, but I'm saying that you can't let Liverpool have their little moment. You have to find some way to.
Yes,
tackle.
let's find it, man. That's what we do here. We like killing all this happiness. But now, guys, please let us know. So you have a current on-form Liverpool who have won the Premier League. And now you have the Barcelona who are the best team in Spain as we speak. I don't want to say Europe, just not to upset a couple of people. But who do you think? Who do you think will be winning the fight right now? Barcelona versus Liverpool in the Champions League final. Let's see what y'all got to say.
All right, well, congratulations to Barcelona. Hansi Flick, 1 down, 2 to go for the treble. PSG and Barcelona, the last two teams in Europe competing for that treble. Here's what's coming up, though, on Sporty TV this week. Just before we preview this match coming up in 20 minutes, Arsenal and PSG. We have Shanghai Port and PSG Goal. In the EuroLeague basketball, we have Real Madrid taking on Olympiacos, as well as the Professional Fighters League. Central Coast versus Brisbane War, Chengdu versus Shanghai, Córdoba versus Cádiz in La Liga Hypermotion. Back to the J-League for Urawa versus Tokyo Verde, and Kyoto versus Cerezo Osaka. Everton versus Ipswich in the Prem this weekend. Dortmund and Wolfsburg over in the Bundesliga. In the Super League in Greece, we have Ofi versus Addis. And back to A-League, Melbourne Victory versus Newcastle. Austria versus Netherlands in the Women's UEFA Under-17 Championship. And in La Liga, it's Espanyol versus Real Betis. And we'll wrap it all up with Bologna versus Juventus in the Serie A. So stay tuned to Sporty TV. But guys, we have a massive match at the Emirates this evening. Arsenal welcoming PSG to the first leg of the semi-finals of the Champions League. Guys, we are almost there. We're a couple of matches away from a final here. And this is how these two teams are lining up, and then we'll break it down, Ashmore.
Oof, let's go for it.
All right, home side, Raya, Timber, Saliba, Kivior, and Lewis Skelly. In the middle, without Thomas Partey, Mikel Arteta has gone for Odegaard, Rice, and Mikel Merino will be stepping into that midfield. Up front, Bukayo Saka, Trossard, and Gabby Martinelli. Now PSG, Donnarumma, Nuno Mendes, Bacho, Marquinhos, Hakimi, João Neves, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, Desiree Doué, Ousmane Dembele, and
Kvaratskhelia. It's Kvaratskhelia, man. Don't say. Listen, can you pronounce my name? Tell them to pronounce Ekene Dilichuku Amandianese Ebuna. Let's see.
Ekele Dilichuku Amandianese.
It's because you've been practicing this thing for the last 1 year, man. Like, bro,
Kvara
it's Kvaratskhelia. Just leave it there. Punto.
or
Full stop. Sorry.
Kvicha.
Huh?
Kvicha.
Kivicha Kvaratskhelia.
Where's the Kvaratskhelia coming from?
What was the name, man?
Kvaratskhelia.
Huh?
Kvaratskhelia.
Kvaratskhelia.
Oh, it's actually Kvaratskhelia, isn't it? I think.
You see, he doesn't even. No, you see, they argue. What's the difference between me and you now? No, Alex.
Mine's a lot closer to what it actually is. You're saying his
What
name
is the difference between me
Kvaratskhelia.
and look? But anybody that hears you trying to pronounce his name and they hear me, they know listen.
They know who
They
you're
know
talking
we
about.
are trying to pronounce somebody.
So
Okay.
shall I start calling you KlintonCod or Clinton?
The fact that you know how to pronounce that, you pronounce somebody, that's what the problem is. But we know we don't know. We cannot pronounce this guy's name, man. Jesus, Kvaratskhelia.
all right, well, right now on Sporty Bet, Arsenal, the home side, 2.21 with PSG to win, 3.50. So Arsenal slight favorites at home. And the draw, 3.55. All right, Alex, no Thomas Partey, a big miss there for the Gunners. But we have Mikel Merino in the back and Trossard up front, who's been a force for Arsenal, I guess, when he needs to be. Stepped up to the plate when needed by Mikel Arteta. But how important is it that Arsenal, coming off that draw to Crystal Palace, yes, it might not mean that much, but obviously for the mentality as well, heading next week to Paris, is it for them to get the 3 points tonight?
Definitely. I think if Arsenal don't take a lead to Paris next week, I think they'll really struggle. You've seen how well PSG have played in the Champions League at home recently. Yes, I know they didn't get the result against Liverpool, but I think on the night, perhaps you could say that luck just didn't go their way, and Liverpool had Alisson Becker on their side, who pulled off some unbelievable saves and kept them in the tie. I think when you look at the result against Villa, and they showed that they can be beaten at home, away from home. Obviously, Arsenal beat them earlier on in the league phase, so they'll take a lot of confidence from that. Arsenal beat Real Madrid in the quarterfinals. They'll take an immense amount of confidence from that. And when you look at how I think they've known for a while, they won't admit it, but they've known for a while that the league title is out of reach, and Liverpool finally confirmed it at the weekend. I think for a while now they've been putting their eggs in the Champions League basket, and I think that's why we've seen them play so well in Europe. Well, obviously, they got the win against Ipswich a couple of weeks ago and then the draw with Crystal Palace. But I still think when you look at how well they played against Real Madrid in those two legs, they're really focused when it comes to the Champions League. And I think, we'll get onto predictions maybe in a minute, but I think they'll be locked in, and I think PSG will have a tough night tonight. But it will be a close game.
Clinton, PSG no longer invincible in League One, losing over the weekend to Nice. Now, we know that PSG 3-4 weeks back now have secured the French title, but they were going on an invincible streak, and they did lose. And in fact, they did play all their starters as well. This wasn't a completely substituted side. Now, that being said, coming off that loss, obviously, a bit dampering for them, considering they're trying to break this record of, being invincible in the league and then winning the title, obviously. And they also lost to Arsenal last time they played. Now, that was all the way back in October. We could argue a very different PSG side than what we're seeing now. But do you think the loss over the weekend might rattle this side, or do you think that gives them more motivation against Arsenal this evening?
First of all, I think we've got to really look at what's going on with PSG in terms of their mentality in football now. You see, apart from the fact that they have one of the best gameplay in this Champions League so far, especially knowing what we know as for PSG. In all honesty, I think I'm part of the people that they've pretty much surprised so far. Now, them losing the game at the weekend, Sarah, do you know what I think is playing there? I think it's just a mental thing, though. I think what's good, yes, they've not rested any players. They've played just the same way they will play every single game. But would you not ask yourself, why are you losing a game just when you pretty much are aware that you've taken that title already? Like, if I was a player, I know how I'm going to put my brain playing the game. Like, fact is, what am I playing for? Of course, you might have them physically there, but the question is, how many are there mentally? If they've been playing all these games up through the season, they've not lost anything, and then you've gotten the title. It still goes to a record, though, because they pretty much got the title winning every single game. So it wasn't like they had to wait till the end of the season before winning and maybe lost one or two. They literally won every. And then after knowing that we've pretty much gotten this title in our hands, we've got the trophy, why not? They have more important games to face. And the games, this is where it is. This is where you would see the PSG that we've been seeing. It's not in a league that they've pretty much won. I think they just went there.
I know what you're saying, but they could have gone this season undefeated in Ligue 1.
They've gone, there are two things here. They've gone undefeated in Ligue 1, right? However, they went undefeated securing that title. Like I said, it's a mental thing. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah. They got the title by going undefeated.
Undefeated,
It's
but
not
the
a full
season,
season.
of course.
It's not like Arsenal 2004.
No.
It's not going to be compared to the same thing.
No, there are teams. Bayer Leverkusen, they did the same, right?
No, there's lost to Atalanta in the final.
No,
Sorry,
I'm speaking about the league.
But
We're talking about the league.
When you look at those Arsenal Invincibles, they drew 12 games in that Premier League season.
That doesn't matter. I'm talking about losing. They lost. PSG lost.
No, I still think, for me, I think it's more impressive to, let's say at the end of the season, they've played X amount of games. They've won all of them, drawn 5 and lost 1. I think that's more impressive than drawing 12 games and not losing 1. But in this case, it's more impressive Arsenal going invincible because it was in the Premier League, whereas PSG, it's in Ligue 1. and the competition in Ligue 1 is a lot lower than what is.
No, of course, Alex, I definitely agree. But still coming back to what I was trying to explain to Sarah, which I believe she pretty much. I was just saying, of course, every team would aspire to have that whole season-long no defeat, and obviously, of course, it's going to be something massive. But I just feel like it wasn't just a season-long, and then there is nothing else to fight for, if that makes sense. Of course, look at Liverpool, for example. Of course, they didn't win all their games. However, they dropped from the Champions League, and all they had was just the Premier League, right? Of which we pretty much understand again that they had the Premier League, long, and we were just expecting teams to start losing for them to have that fear that they might not be getting that Premier League title. But they've done it. With PSG, I just feel like at this point, it's more of the mental aspect of the players. Because I've told you guys so many times, PSG would always win League One without a coach. Like, Alex could step into that. In fact, why am I speaking about Alex? Shantelle could work. Okay, no, Shantelle even has a bit of. I'm telling you, Noah right now, would get into that PSG team, because I think she even positions well as more of somebody that could coach a PSG, knowing her background in Paris and PSG as especially. I feel like she would coach PSG and they would still win that League One. So the way I see things, it's not really that was not a game for them to focus on. This is where Enrique. Maybe even the game that they lost, Enrique was probably just standing there looking at them like, well, yeah, who's coming on next? We pretty much have this title already, right? All this, I'm not going to waste my voice in this game. This is the game I want to come bring in my voice on. This is where I want to start screaming at my players. This is when I'm going to be telling Ousmane Dembele that, bro, listen, whatever practice you want to practice, do it in that game you just played that has nothing when it comes to whether it's bringing you the title or whatever. We've done it already. This is where I don't want you to miss any chance. This is where you have to kick the ball and it's going straight to the goalkeeper. Not any of all those, I shoot it goes to Morocco or it goes to Argentina, whatever. You have to be doing things proper. This is where it matters most for PSG. They need a Champions League title. And this is probably going to be the closest we would have seen them in a couple of years now.
Well, since 2020.
Well, exactly.
Since all three of those big boys were at the top there. Alex, Arsenal obviously hit with some injuries, as we know. We've seen throughout the season, Gabby being that last big one. But without Partey, I think we do have a graphic here of all the players that Arsenal are missing for tonight's match, if we can get that up. But I mean, it is a lot of pressure on Mikel Arteta when you see it like this, up close and personal, that there are several starters that you would expect to be in this game that, he's not going to have the ability to call on. But we did see Mikel Arteta perform against, or rather have a tactical masterclass, let's say, against Real Madrid. I want to ask you, though, in terms of Arsenal, is the win, 2 wins against Real Madrid, slightly giving Arsenal maybe a little bit of confidence that it might be giving them a little bit too much confidence, considering how bad Real have been of late, especially? Because let's not pretend that second game at the Bernabeu, after all that talk, was a great game from Real Madrid. It wasn't. No,
but I think when you look at coming into a game like this, there's no bad thing. You can never be too confident. I think there'll be. I guess maybe what the point is you're leaning towards is that maybe they could be sort of overlooking PSG?
Well, because everyone said, there's no way Arsenal are going to get past Real Madrid, right? Yeah. Initially. Then they won the first game. But then everyone said, no, but remontada, it's at the Bernabeu, come on, it's Real Madrid in the Champions League. And then they won still. But we can't say that this was the Real Madrid of 2017. This was not, a moment of brilliance for them. This wasn't good football. If you're asking me versus Real Madrid and PSG, I'm 10 out of 10 times more scared of PSG this season than Real Madrid. So I'm just wondering, do you think that maybe not Mikel Arteta, maybe not the players, but let's say some Arsenal fans or just like the atmosphere around Arsenal right now, do you think that's something that could get in their head mistakenly?
I don't think so. I think when you look at how Arsenal have performed in the Champions League over the last couple of years, you look at their loss to Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals last year, when it's mattered most in the Premier League as well, they haven't performed. They've lost those important games to City. They've lost those important games in the Champions League. I think Arsenal fans will be wary of what PSG can bring to the table tonight. Obviously, they beat PSG back in the league phase. It's an amazing achievement beating Real Madrid, and I think, like you said, Arteta and the players, they'll take a great deal of confidence from that, but I think not to the extent where they'll think we're unbeatable and no one can beat us. I think they'll know the danger that PSG possess. But I think when you look at how much focus they've been putting on the Champions League, and I think it's obvious with the draw against Crystal Palace, they're so focused on this, and I think they're going to be covering every blade of grass and you know, as they say, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and I think there would be silly and naive to go into this game thinking because we beat Real Madrid, we'll beat PSG, and I don't think they'll make that mistake.
Okay. Well, before we jump to our predictions and some booking codes, guys, Shantelle, let's jump to some comments.
Well, we have a lot of comments coming in. So Ilya Kim says PSG will win. Desmond says Arsenal for the win. Noah Beckham says PSG, get revenge for Real Madrid. Maxwell says Arsenal to win by 2-0. So right now I want to say it's 50-50. You have persons rooting for PSG, you have the other 50 confident for Arsenal. To the question that Clinton threw out there, Football 1975 says Liverpool will eat Barca for breakfast and humble them. Barca fans like talking too much. Markin Day says both teams, so back to Arsenal and PSG, seems perfectly built to cancel each out tactically, strengths targeting the other's weaknesses. This is going to be decided by pure moments of individual brilliance.
I like how
That she didn't read the poll.
No.
She didn't read the poll. She
But-
didn't read the poll.
No. But I love how she increased her voice when she was speaking about Liverpool.
Wait, but there's a whole poll. There was a poll because you did ask.
The
questions.
only
There-
poll
there
that
is-
stood
there
out,
is a
who
poll.
will win today? Because today is all about Arsenal and
I'll read it after,
PSG.
folks.
Because when it came on to congratulating Liverpool for winning the Prem, it was silence. So we'll have that silence continue. The poll says, who will win today? Arsenal 2.21, that's the odds. 53% says yes, Arsenal will win. And 35% says PSG will win, and the odds are 3.50. So go ahead and make some more.
I wasn't expecting such high odds for PSG. Let's stop right there and go back to the poll. Liverpool, Barcelona.
Yeah, sorry. Clinton asked you guys a question, and 64% of you said that Barcelona would beat Liverpool, and 35% of you said, once again, Alex, that 1% seems to fly into distance here.
And how many people voted? It was
You guys
quite a lot of people.
Quite a lot of you.
Salty panel, guys.
Well, I'm not salty. I'm going for trouble.
Salty.
Alex Ashmore, you have a booking code for us.
I do. I've gone a little bit safer than I have done in the past tonight. I think I didn't want to go too wild. I've gone for a home win or a draw in this one. I'm leaning towards, and I'll say my prediction in a minute. I've gone for over 8.5 corners, and I've gone for both teams to score and over 2.5 bookings. So, home Arsenal win or a draw. So that's a double chance. Over 8.5 corners, both teams to score and over 2.5 bookings. Odds 4.34, obviously subject to change. And
Nice.
yeah.
Okay.
I think
Over 2.5 booking. Oh no.
it's 2.5. It's 3. Like,
I know.
I need 3
I've
bookings.
gone for the opposite of you.
Oh,
Under
you
2.5.
went under.
Because in the first leg, we know that teams
It's
are a
always
lot
very calm.
safer
Yes, no, I know. I
because
get
we
that.
got
I get that. Yeah.
Under 2.5.
I've gone for. I think we're going to see 2 cards.
I'm looking at Miles Lewis-Skelly against
Well-
Desiree Doué.
Well, we'll see. The thing is, for Arsenal, they got to be careful because playing at the Parc des Princes with those fans, it's a little scary. So let's jump into my booking code since I'm opposite of Alex here. I've gone for under 2.5, both teams to score, and under 2.5 goals as well. I think tonight's not going to be as crazy as maybe
That
second
first leg
leg.
against Real Madrid.
Fair enough, but I think PSG are a much better team than Real Madrid, and I think both teams are gonna. I think we might also see the beginning of this match a little bit, playing it safe. They're both a little bit. You're sussing each other out. That being said, would I love to see goal galore? Yes, I would. But for this one, actually, Alex, you were 4.what? This is 18.40.
That's under 2.5. I think is where you'll struggle.
With what? Bookings or
Both
goals?
Goals and bookings.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah. No.
I
Definitely. I think that's where I'm pretty much very scared as well.
Especially the bookings. I think that's where you'll struggle. I think there'll be 3 bookings.
3 bookings.
No, I
Okay.
think there definitely has to be, man.
All right, Clinton's code.
Thank you. That's what I expected our graphics guy to be thinking about. Clinton's code. Not Clinton code. Booking code. Right. Anyways, let's go straight to it. So I've gone for over 2.5 goals. I pretty much see both teams scoring, in all honesty, which is part of the selection I've done there. So yes, goals. Gone under 2.5 Arsenal goal. I understand, of course, this is their home, and I know that's the one people might feel like, okay. But yeah, I'm seeing us. I don't think I'm expecting a lot of goals from Arsenal. Maybe 1, maybe 2.
Maybe
But not
1.
3.
No,
But
no.
definitely not 3.
Can't be.
Definitely not 3. And then I've gone home or away on this one, either of them.
Sure, you didn't want to
Definitely,
chuck in a draw
I'm
there,
not
just
seeing-
in case.
I'm not seeing a draw for this one. And I hope I don't see a draw. I know I heard a voice saying draw, but nah.
Okay.
And then I've gone over 2.5 bookings, opposite of Sara again. That one, I think, in as much as first legs is, but this is still like the
Semi-final.
semi-finals. And
Sure.
they will take every single game very seriously.
It's
So,
Champions League semi-final.
I mean,
Yeah, but I'm thinking about the second leg.
No, I'm just more sort of,
Oh,
it's a Champions League semi-final.
it is a Champions League semi-final.
Excited.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, those are the booking codes. We'll see how we do, and we'll keep you guys posted on how far we get into the match, because usually we see us, maybe tumble out a little bit earlier than needs be. But we'll keep you guys posted. We are a minute away here from kickoff at the Emirates. So one more time for these lineups for Arsenal: David Raya, Timber, Saliba, Kivior, and Lewis Skelly make up that back four. Odegaard, Rice, and Mikel Merino slotting into the midfield with Saka, Trosa, and Martinelli up front. And for the visitors, Donnarumma, Nuno Mendes, Pacho, Marquinhos, and Hakimi. João Neves, Vitinha, and Fabian Ruiz. And Desiree Doué, Ousmane Dembele, and
Kvaratskhelia.
Kvaratskhelia, starting with an S. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, yes, sir. All right, guys, we are here. The first leg of the semifinals of the Champions League is about to kick off. Guys, we are close to knowing a winner. We are close to knowing who wins this. Weeks away.
Absolutamente.
Did you guys have predictions?
1-1. Go.
Clinton,
I literally went 2-1
2.
to PSG.
All right, I'm going 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 PSG.
Okay. All right, and we are underway at the Emirates. Thank you, Alex, for that one. I got ahead of myself. I got
Sorry,
excited.
I meant 2-1 to Arsenal. Sorry.
No, you didn't. You said 2-1 PSG.
No, I said 2-1.
Make it, solidify it right now.
No, 2-1 to Arsenal.
Okay, you and Alex 2-1 Arsenal, Shantelle 2-1 PSG. I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
Got the
Let's
bases
go,
covered.
guys. Make sure you drop your comments and what you think. Sorry, the prediction will be for this match, and we'll check in with Shantelle in a few moments so we can see where your guys' heads are at. Between these two managers, though, guys, I do think that we are seeing two very tactical managers, two managers that also know each other well. The two Spanish managers, Alex, if you will.
We're saying one former Spain manager and one future Spain manager? I don't think Mikel Arteta would go to Spain.
I don't know that one either. Could be. I mean, we're
I
seeing
wouldn't rule it out.
Carlo Ancelotti going to Brazil, the biggest kept secret in world football.
Yep.
Hilarious. It's what, 2 years?
Carlo
2 years or more or
Ancelotti,
so?
though.
Yeah,
This rumor has
there's
been
been
rumbling.
links.
As long as Mbappe coming to Real Madrid, I think, was all around the same time. But yeah, two really wonderful managers here that have done a brilliant job for both of their sides. And I think it was Markinde who said this in the comments, something about how both these teams really equal each other out with how defensive Arsenal are, even without the likes of Gabriel, and how offensive PSG are. They're kind of like the two counterparts here. Both midfields, absolutely brilliant.
I think one thing this game, that might affect PSG is this playing from the back a lot, especially with a Donnarumma, whom, in all honesty, yes, sometimes he can't show you that.
don't know which one you're getting.
You don't know exactly. You don't know what one you get, and nah, it's not the best guys be playing them from the back kind of game. Oh la la, that is a.
No, it's not a yellow. Relax.
No, I mean I'm not saying yellow. I mean I'm saying it's
Book
supposed to
him.
be.
No, stop. 2 minutes into the match would be very, very bad for my booking code here. A little bit of a tackle from Merino on Hakimi there. Combined 11 between these two sides, guys. Between available players.
You know, if we had time, that was something I thought we were going
We
to.
have time.
No, I mean like.
In this
before-
moment.
Okay, let's do it this moment then.
All right, keeper.
Combined 11.
Raya,
Yeah, I'd go Raya 2 over Donnarumma right now.
Nuno
Wait.
Mendes.
Wait.
Wait, hang on,
I'll
but
write it down.
no, hold up. But you guys know a lot of people would disagree with that one, though.
Sure.
No, trust
not
me.
a lot of people.
Expect. No, I mean, I know you're not.
Do
a
you
lot.
disagree with it?
But hang on, what do you mean with how big you are? You think you're not a lot of people, though?
What?
I mean, all right, let's end it there.
What?
No, I'm saying obviously with how massive you are, you think you're not a lot of people.
No, I'm just one.
Right.
Do you disagree with it? Would you put Donnarumma ahead of Raya?
I will put Raya, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shantelle? Raya or Donnarumma?
Raya.
Raya. There we go.
Okay. David Raya in the back.
Nuno Mendes at left back?
Nuno
Yes.
Mendes
Yeah.
all day. See, Nuno
Saliba?
Mendes is the best left back in the world as we
Yeah.
speak.
I don't agree
No,
with that.
I know you want to go for Balde, right?
Have you seen what Gerard Martin?
Oh, PSG scores! PSG scores! PSG scores!
Wow.
Emirates, 3.5 minutes in, and the Frenchman himself.
PSG! Go PSG!
boy.
Go PSG!
Wow.
I'm rooting for you, bruvs. I'm rooting
Bruvs.
for you, bruvs. Are you mad, bro? Hey! Wait, did you see that goal, though? Bro.
That's
bro,
Ousmane Dembele's 8th goal of his Champions League campaign. Let's take a look at that one more
I saw what
time.
happened there, man. Oi. E.
Wow.
Look at that.
Say his name.
Squarashkelia, you know the funny thing, that was a hard pass though, but he was still able to still get something.
Wow, and it's the
Oh.
volley off the far post into the net.
Oh, I love to see
The
everything like
fact that there was not one single Arsenal defender pressing Dembele here.
Yeah. You
All
can't
the
leave him open
space
like
in
that.
the world.
It's ridiculous.
But did you guys see what happened with the ball though? He hit both foot. Like he kicked it. He
Yeah,
hit the first
yeah,
one,
yeah.
he did
And
some
it still
kind of-
went in, though.
It's still, yeah, I know.
But
Should be
that's because
disallowed.
that's.
Sorry.
If I was the ref. that's
Dembele, look at me, eye to eye, but yes! Do it for me, are you mad? Hey,
Wow.
Rice,
Foreman,
you're not...
yeah.
Guy, Rice, what are you doing, man?
It's just telling him to calm down.
Nah,
There's
he
still 85 minutes to
Nah,
go.
Rice, they've not even put water inside your rice. That man is saying...
They're still washing the rice.
That's it, what shit.
Damn. Shantelle, shall we check in with some comments?
Well, Bisade, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, Arsenal will come back. So I guess confidence is still alive. I'm seeing a lot of shouts for Arsenal still. So I think a lot of persons are confident that they will win. I also see PSG by Sizwe. PSG will win with over 2.5 goals. I think that's what they're going for. And also about the booking code, Sara. Persons have lost faith. They're going for Alex this week, apparently, in the booking code. So Alex, they're
Sounds like
loving,
a loss for them.
they're loving your booking code. And somebody randomly
you.
says Clinton is looking fresh. Pains my heart to read that, guys. Send me comments I can actually read. Thank you.
No,
So
the
those
fact
grand
that
nuts have been
Shantelle had to
eating.
read that comment, though, I give you... No, I'm going to give you very huge credit for that one, man.
It's
At
all,
least
it's all those ground nuts you've been eating.
I know, I might be, but the groundnuts has given me one info. Look, guys. I mean, if you know, I know they would like to zoom. You see, it's always my downfall. It's always my downfall that
You're
these
digging
guys-
these holes
these
for
back-
yourself.
These guys in our back room, it's always my downfall. They continue praying for, man. Like, you have to show people all these spots on my face.
You pointed
bro.
it out.
Oh my God, I can't believe they're doing. Wow.
Back to the combined 11? Or am I getting ahead of myself?
No.
I've just been thinking about it.
And there's another one, Clinton. So I guess the zoom in, persons love it. Clinton is fresh.
No, but you know, by nature, I'm fresh, though.
Offside.
I mean, thank you guys for those that think that I'm fresh, but not by nature I'm fresh. It's just that, because people that see me in real life, they know I'm fresh as hell.
Fresh by nature, fresh by name.
Markinde says he sees 4 goals for PSG.
Handball.
Do you guys agree?
Does he see any goals for Arsenal, or does he?
No, he says 4-0.
4-0.
Yeah,
I mean, listen,
4
they're
for
starting
PSG,
off.
0 for Arsenal.
Is
The
he
best
saying
way to
that?
start off.
Is he saying that because Arsenal beat Real Madrid and he doesn't want them to win?
I don't know, man. You know what?
It's a good start for PSG, not a good start for Arsenal, but
Nah, I
it's still a long way to go.
Just looking at Arteta's face, though, you could just tell that my man is...
I'm really starting to wonder about what I said, Alex, and that beating Real Madrid gave them this fake confidence.
Yeah.
I want to be proven
Still
wrong.
a long time to go.
I want to
Still a
be
long
proven
time to
wrong,
go.
but I
To be
think,
honest, right, obviously I didn't say my input on that conversation, however, but
Can you give your input now?
no, fact is, I actually agree with the fact that these guys beating Real Madrid, they might have seen it as, you know what, we're able to beat Real Madrid mercilessly, literally home and away.
That's a lovely
This is going to be very easy for us, right?
The thing-
Without them knowing that actually Real Madrid, they are just bad.
The thing is also, and this is not to take away from Declan Rice because the three of us were sat here and we loved both of those
No, of
free
course,
kicks. So it was
absolutely.
brilliant. We'll never forget those free kicks in the
Hey! Jesus, who is this?
Desiree Doué doing a bit of a dance.
Oh, is that the Doué boy?
The Doué boy. Is that the Doué boy?
That boy's making me proud, man.
Oh,
Oh, and it's a flick from Nuno Mendes. Not enough there. If Declan Rice hadn't scored those goals, 2 moments of brilliance, you know, what would the situation be for
Sorry,
Arsenal?
couldn't
I
be
think they would have beaten Real Madrid either way.
Yeah.
Whether he scored those 2 or not.
Yeah.
But those were 2 individual moments of brilliance, obviously. They were 2 set pieces. So that's the other thing that I'm wondering, you know, you played a really poor Real Madrid and they were set pieces that, you know, you had Declan Rice, and I'm not trying to take away from it because it was magic. But it does scare me going against, you know, a PSG now who, a very different can of worms here. This is a team that has been performing.
Arsenal on the attack. Ball
Chance
in,
here?
corner.
Not chance, not here.
I've been having an internal debate with myself for the last 5 minutes over who I'd pick between Pacho and Kivior.
I'd pick Pacho,
I
personally.
think I'm leaning towards Pacho.
So, sorry, we've got Nuno Mendes. Obviously, Saliba's in there.
Saliba, Pacho, Saliba, Hakimi.
Yeah, like, okay, wait. So,
To be honest, at the moment, on form,
you want to put Skelly?
no, the only Arsenal midfielder that's getting in that midfield 3 is Declan Rice. I wouldn't put Odegaard in there at the moment, just given on form.
So you'd go Declan Rice,
And then,
Vitinha and João Neves.
yes, I think.
Clinton, Shantelle.
Does Odegaard deserve a spot in there?
Well,
I see.
Vitinha
I'm a
is
very
in
huge. I'm a very huge fan of.
Oh! All in.
fans
Okay,
for Arsenal.
Ooh. No, I'm a very huge fan of Odegaard.
Why?
I love. Oh,
I think
la, la.
so too, but PSG's midfield
Is that a yellow
something
card?
ridiculous this year.
Yellow card.
Okay,
It's going to be a long one.
Oh my God, 9 minutes in.
over 2.5.
Nah, but to be honest, I pretty much thought that was a red card, though. Come on, look at that.
It's not a red card.
Oh, sorry, red card. I mean yellow card. I mean.
was a
That's
red
a yellow. That's a yellow card.
Well, what
Yeah,
No,
well,
no, obviously not really. No, not red. Not red. No rojo tarjeta.
But does also Mikel Merino, is it unfair that we're counting him out just like that?
I think I'd consider Mikel Merino one of the top up 3 players for Arsenal.
But top strikers, not midfielders.
No, of course, because I mean that's where he's performed best recently. So
I feel like it would
Okay.
be rude to put out João Neves or Vitinha.
No, you can't. No,
to
you
be honest,
can't.
Vitinha, I think that one is definitely there.
No, there's not even a question.
Vitinha, Declan Rice, I think I'll have to put Neves in there, João Neves.
No, you have to.
And then front 3, to be honest.
To be honest, I don't know.
Saka.
I don't know if I absolutely love Bukayo Saka, but the way Desiree Doué is playing
Yeah.
right now,
I can't.
Yeah, no,
I think
agree.
only and let me back myself up here because Saka has been injured and missed part of the season.
That's the only reason why he's not getting in.
Yeah, because I love Saka.
Yeah.
We all love Saka.
I'm
Nobody
happy.
doesn't love Saka here.
But
I'm happy with that PSG front 3.
I'll still have Saka though.
Saka over Doué in terms
I mean,
of form.
I mean, come on, like I think we should not downplay
Oh.
Saka.
I'm not trying to
silly.
downplay Saka. I think I'm trying to upplay Doué because I think Desiree Doué is having
No,
an
of course,
incredible season.
he is. But you've just said it. He's having an incredible season. But Saka has been having an incredible season.
I'm not basing it because if we're basing it on that, then I'm going to be putting Leo
No, but
Messi
he's
into
still
every
good,
team
though.
of the season then.
No, but
We're basing it on right now because
Yeah.
also there's so many injured players. Because if we're basing it off previous seasons, then Gabby Magalhaes is getting into this back four.
No. But yeah, like I understand you saying this season. But apart from injury, every time Saka has played, he's still been good. That's
No, but every time Desiree Doué has played, he's still been good too.
yeah, but
That through no fault of his own.
but that's
No,
the reason.
but that's why I'm not blaming him.
exactly. But that's the reason why I am saying you bring out these 2 players. Both of them they play good, right?
Yeah.
Now, that's why I
To be
always
honest,
use
if
this
you-
Nigerian
if you-
term, Ojoro cancel Ojoro, right? Both of them are playing well this season.
Yeah.
One only just had an injury. It didn't take away his class or his form.
No,
right?
we're not
He's
saying
still
that.
there. So now, if both of them are playing, let's say we've given them 50-50 now. Yeah. So what is the next point of how United equate who goes on?
If you
that-
asked me who do I want to sign for my club, I would take Bukayo Saka over Desiree Doué.
Yeah.
Anyways, for me,
He
I'm
could
definitely
be
going
the
for. I
substitute
don't.
for Lamine Yamal.
For me, I'm definitely going for Saka. on that one.
Saka, Dembele, and Kvicha.
Definitely, facts.
Who are you
100%.
putting on the left, Clinton?
On the left, Kvaratskhelia.
Ah.
Kvaratskhelia all day, man. All day, man.
Manager? Arteta or Luis Enrique?
Luis Enrique.
I'll go for Arteta right now.
Right now.
Yeah, Luis Enrique is just having an easy job there. He's not really working in France. He's just enjoying money there.
I don't know. I think the way this team has turned around.
I mean, they've turned around, but they've turned around to be a team that you would expect being a leader in a whole league, right?
I'm not even talking about the league, to be honest. I'm talking about them in the Champions League. We've seen PSG go to a final of a Champions League, and we still weren't convinced. For the first time in a long time, people are looking at PSG being like, no, this team is actually solid.
But
They're playing as a unit.
It's the same way
We never
I've been proud of Arsenal, to be honest, because, come on, like Arsenal in champ.
Oh, PSG are knocking on the door here.
But the fact that PSG are playing.
Ball in. Raya.
Right to the keeper there. But waking up Raya a little bit. Hello, checking in.
What a cross from
Marquinhos with
Hakimi.
the header there.
Oh no, Arsenal.
What
Sorry,
a
man.
cross from Hakimi.
Marquinhos probably could have got
That-
a little bit more on that one.
Without Gabriel, Arsenal, and I actually heard this on Sporty FM this morning from Raymond, Arsenal will struggle at set pieces defensively tonight.
No, definitely.
And with that,
Sorry, are you tired, Clinton?
if
no,
we're keeping you
It's
away.
just the Champions League semi-final, my friend.
If Hakimi can put in crosses like that to Marquinhos and Pacho all night long, Arsenal have got some troubles. Or got trouble.
Alex, Luis Enrique or Arteta? Because Clinton has said Arteta, I've said Enrique.
This is really difficult. I think if you said which manager would I want at my club, I'd go for Mick. Oh, who would I go for? To be honest,
that's what I'm asking.
just ever so slightly, Mikel Arteta.
Chantelle?
I'll go for Arteta as well.
All right, we'll give it to Arteta then.
Just because he's, and this not.
No, I think
often-
Arteta's a good manager, don't get me wrong.
Not
He
something you talk
is.
about a lot, but just because he's a little
Bruh,
bit
do you see
younger.
that? Do you see that ball possession though, guys? If you're watching this stuff, 33% possession for Arsenal at the Emirates, and you have 67 for PSG. Well, this PSG came here tonight though. Anyway, it's only like 15 minutes gone, so there's still time for Arsenal to wake up somehow. And I mean, look at the amount of fans watching. No, you don't want to happen to Real Madrid to happen to Arsenal. Hey,
Shantelle, you said who? 2-1 PSG.
Yeah, 2-1.
You said 2-1 Arsenal.
no, 2-1 to PSG.
No, you said 2-1
No,
Arsenal.
you changed
locked
the
it in.
Clinton.
No. I went. Okay, I'm this.
2-1 Arsenal, be honest, because you know what happened last
You
time when
two
lied
both
about
said
what you
2
said
on
the
Arsenal.
stream.
I said 1-1. Chantal won PSG.
Yeah. So at the
I
moment-
blocked that in.
At the moment, we're all no
We're
one
all
said 0.
doing great.
Yeah.
Everyone is on track to getting something so far.
And the booking codes.
Well, we're here. We're here.
Still.
We're still here.
I still think there's another PSG goal in this.
Of
It
course.
I
I
don't.
mean, if it's looking like there's
Oh
another
my
3,
God.
they're absolutely dominating Arsenal right now.
but I think
Arsenal look rattled.
Arsenal have. I think they've woken up a little bit defensively.
They're going to have to.
He says. as
Kvicha, take it
but-
off.
Oh my God! Penalty!
No, he went down.
No,
he went
wait,
down.
no. But this guy's.
To be
good,
fair,
though.
though, Kvicha was taking on 3 Arsenal players
Right.
there, though.
I think he went down there.
But this guy is good though.
don't think it was a foul.
Hey.
People talk about
The comments are still showing love to Arsenal, so
what's
that's something. So Uma says, let's go Arsenal, we'll win this game. I'm seeing Carlos chanting Arsenal, Arsenal, Arsenal. And Mustafa says 5 or more goals in the game.
Wow.
5 goals.
Can you imagine?
I mean, I would love to.
Like-
I would
Yeah,
love
like
to
one.
see that for sure.
Oh my God, but Kvaratskhelia has given me joy.
I can't even say it the way you say it.
Who?
Kvaratskhelia.
What?
Is he on the bench for Arsenal? some youngster we haven't heard of.
They are going to kill Kvaratskhelia.
Is that a
today, man.
yellow card? Yellow card? No.
No.
He doesn't look like he's going to get it out.
Alex hungry for my booking code to go to. Then I see.
More just for mine to be over 2.5 bookings.
That's true. You guys both went over 2.5 booking day.
Referee giving Timber a talking to. That was a nasty tackle. You could tell he was. Oh, that piece of skill. Oh, actually,
Come on, man.
I don't know.
Come on, man.
He clearly
Come on,
stopped him
man.
running.
He stopped him, actually. Look at. Come on, man. I mean, I don't know if I would say he went to the ground so easy, but that kind of contact with how much speed he was having at that point, right?
To be honest,
look at that. That was
it's soft.
okay.
He went to the ground way too easily.
I see why. To be honest, that's even happening right in front of the ref, though.
To be honest, it's soft. He went to the ground way too easily, but I still think it's a penalty because he went out of his way to block him with his arm. You can't do that.
Let us know if you guys think that was a penalty on Timber and 2 Kvaratskhelia.
Arsenal, they're going to really suffer in this one. It looks like it. And if you guys notice something about PSG, these guys are playing so well.
Arsenal can't quite find the rhythm going forward.
No, they are playing so well, PSG.
It also, this is something I noted the other day, going to Atletico Madrid versus Rayo, which kicked off at 9:30. It's 20 past 9. Well, it's 20 past 8 in the UK. Still light.
In the UK?
In Spain here as well.
Oh, no, in Spain for sure.
Still light. Summer is here.
Yes. I don't know about the UK, though. I can't speak.
No, I mean, it looks still light in London.
I think that would be the stadium lights.
No, but it looks like natural light, doesn't it?
Not really.
Yeah. I couldn't say. I think the lighting is pretty good at the Emirates. But I don't know. Maybe it is.
They do have some nice floodlights. Not that that's what we're here to talk about.
Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. Wow. So far, Kvicha and Dembele taking over at the Emirates. Lots of time, though. We're just 19 minutes in, but this does feel like a PSG-dominated side so far.
Markinde says not a penalty. PSG will score 3 or more goals. Dembele hat-trick is inevitable. He's really standing behind PSG.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that one.
I think Timber's going to get sent off tonight.
You were a betting man.
If I was, which I am.
Gonna see if we can.
Nah, Timber, man. Timber, come on, man.
I think he deserves a yellow at this point.
He's overdoing it right now.
Yeah.
Arsenal look rattled. They don't know how to approach this, and they're going for silly fouls at this point right now.
I mean, first of all, Kvaratskhelia is...
Okay.
Who?
Guys, you guys know who I'm speaking about, though.
No.
Yeah, but you can't be saying his name starting with an S. Kvaratskhelia.
Is that his name?
Kvar. It starts with a K. So try saying it just starting with a K.
Okay.
Say what you said.
Kvaratskhelia.
Kvaratskhelia.
Oh, that's better.
That's better.
Okay. Kvaratskhelia.
Just make sure there's a K at the beginning, not a squat.
Okay, not S. Okay. Kvaratskhelia. Do you know there's something I can tell you 2 of you to do right now and you will feel it?
What's that?
If I tell you right now, Alex and Sarah, don't look at anything, spell the name and the first name and the last name of Barcelona's current goalkeeper. You won't be able to do it.
W-O-J-C-I-C-H.
Wait.
C-I-E-C-H.
Shush. Let me.
But Sarah, you know you would have filled it, though. You agree with that?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, thank you.
It's because I've written this name out quite a few times. I feel like I might. I'm gonna struggle.
Go.
W-O-J-C-I-E-C-H.
Yep.
S.
This is where you must fill it.
S.
Actually, I find the second name easier than the first one.
I find the
Isn't
second
SZ?
name. S-Z-C-S.
Nah.
C-Z-C.
Do you know what's so funny is that you were wrong and I was about to correct you, but our producer was so ready to tell you you were wrong. He immediately said, nope, Zed, in my ear for you spelling the name wrong. Relax, producer Ben. Oh my goodness. You said S-Z-C-S. It is S-Z-C-Z. Unfortunately, Alex, close, E-S-N-Y.
Anyways, you just proved that I was right.
Not
See?
bad.
So if I'm saying Kvaratskhelia, just know that you cannot pronounce the other one.
I can spell that.
What can you spell?
I think I can spell
Yeah.
Kvaratskhelia too. 'Cause I've-
Kvicha Kvaratskhelia.
Now, I think with how much we've spoken about these two, I mean, come on. Okay, PSG still in severe. Like, listen, Arsenal, they gotta wake up. Bro, y'all gotta wake up. You keep ruining it, bruv.
Well,
I might be ruining it, bruv.
Oh, my
Odu
God.
Musu says Arsenal can never turn around this time. This is not Real Madrid. Oof.
I mean, they are right. This is not Real Madrid, definitely. But there's something about the pitch, though. How the player keeps playing.
I mean, Arsenal haven't had a shot yet, so maybe it's time.
Saka do something.
I originally created a booking code with 2 or more shots for Odegaard.
Oh, that's a one touch in front of the area.
Oh,
Okay, I think they're knocking the door right now, though. But
Wow,
hey!
Hakimi turning on the gas. My
Nope,
oh
he didn't
my.
make it through, though.
I feel like if anything is going to come, it's going to be coming through the right side of Saka. I just can't see them going.
Martinelli's not good enough. On the big nights, he hasn't. I don't think he's consistently proven himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
And they're
foul.
still so reliant on Saka. I mean, we were talking about that match against the first leg against Real Madrid, and Declan Rice's both free kicks came from Saka getting the fouls outside the area, both of them, you know?
I think that's where you see PSG's attacking talent compared to what Arsenal had to deal with against Real Madrid.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Clinton, you actually said something off air, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on air. Regarding a certain man at Real Madrid and his former side that we're watching right now. Is that public domain?
Please, let's just wait for...
Okay. I'll take that as a no. Fair
I'm
enough.
trying
Maybe
to
we'll,
work out what you're talking about.
We'll open that.
Funny enough,
can
actually,
of worms.
there are two players that were formerly in the Real Madrid side. In
Odegaard.
both teams, exactly. So it depends on which one.
I'll leave it for the audience
No,
to
but-
decide.
Ball in.
Oh! Set piece Arsenal doing what they do.
Street Fighter said someone should check in on Gary.
Yeah.
You know what? We're waiting for him, Street Fighter. We are waiting. Gary is out in Accra like he was last time. Alex, where is he?
The Republic Sports Bar and Grill, I think it's called.
So when we do get a hold of Gary, we will check in with him. But he is out with all the fans once again, and I'm sure it's great vibes. I'd love to hear what he has to say about this.
Gary
one,
would
being
only
the
come
gunner
if
to the
Arsenal
show.
wins,
Yeah. Connection issues if they don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Better to show up to this one though, if he's nervous about it. People are saying though there's something that happens when PSG are wearing the Jordan wing jerseys. They're saying that there's a correlation with them winning matches in this jersey.
Positive juju.
Positive juju. Is there such a thing? Or is juju just juju? That's whether or not it's positive.
No, there is good juju as well, man.
Is there a specific word for it?
No, it's just juju. So if something good has happened to you, sometimes people will say, "This guy don't do juju."
Okay.
Well, speaking of, Gina just sent in keep up the good spirits, Arsenal. That's all you need to attract positive results. So I guess positive juju.
I think they need.
Is that how it works?
They need a few goals rather than just positive vibes.
Well, that was their first shot on target, Arsenal, from that set piece.
Blimey,
No surprise.
25 minutes in.
Yeah, from a set piece, Kivior's header right to Donnarumma. But yeah, they need to take some chances here.
Oh my God, these interceptions though. Oh my God.
To be fair, the passing is shocking from Arsenal.
Yeah.
You gotta be 100% there.
In all honesty,
44 passes completed with Arsenal, 70% pass accuracy. PSG 141.
No, wait, did they just do that?
Oof. I was going to say this.
Oh my God.
All the time in the world here. Kvaratskhelia on the ball. Goes for goal. Maybe should have passed that ball back to the top of the area, but
Way too much space there.
way too much space. Timber is struggling, trying to keep up with Kvaratskhelia. But I mean, in general,
I mean, that was a deflection from Timber, though. That could have gone either way. Like, he could have.
If I was Mikel Arteta, and I don't know how fit Ben White is, I know he's on the bench, I would slowly start
warming him up.
nodding towards him, being like, mate, get ready to come on, because I think Timber's really struggling on this right-hand side.
Definitely, yeah.
And
To be honest, I think
he's
gonna be
not
the
far
first to
away
be out.
from getting booked or sent off.
Yep.
Oh, chance for Arsenal in the box? No.
No, come
Straight
on,
to
man. You can't
Donnarumma.
just be taking it straight to the keeper like that, man. Jesus Christ,
Yeah, it's never
Timber.
going in.
Guys, what do you think of this? Prince on Facebook says Mikel Arteta should have started Partey in this game. PSG are
He's
lost.
suspended.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
There you go, Prince.
There you go.
He should have if he could, but he couldn't, so he didn't.
Oh, Clinton is better than Dembele. Guys, come on, send me
What?
things I can actually read.
At what? He didn't say at what. He just said Clinton is better than Dembele at what?
Yeah, what?
Writing
Come on.
literature,
Well, I mean,
drawing, painting.
Maybe not even that.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I know for sure is,
Eating ground nuts.
Yes. We'll lock it in there.
wow. No, but when it comes to sports, though,
Stop.
Here we
When it-
go.
no, when it
Stop.
comes, no,
Here
but when it
we
comes to
go.
sports, there are things I know I do better than Dembele.
Wow.
Here he goes.
Well,
Not
yeah,
swim.
maybe horse riding or
Horse riding, whatever.
or polo.
Okay,
or-
get us two women, put us in a room. Let's see who's stronger.
I don't know if you want to play that game.
I mean, I like playing that kind of game. I mean,
In terms of what weights, do you think you're stronger than Dembele? That I would say you
Alex, stop.
How can I unhear that?
Hi, Alex. You're just egging this on. Sorry for everyone at home that has to listen to this.
are. I think you could bench more than Ousmane Dembele.
of course.
Do I think you have a stronger upper body? That's what I'll give it.
Yeah.
What?
And that's what I'll leave it.
What do you mean? What do you mean stronger upper body? Have you
Like,
seen
you
my?
can-
He's got stronger legs
Wait.
than you, I think.
Are you alright?
He plays football for a living.
What do you think I do for a living, bro?
Not football.
Bro, I play, but you don't know what I play.
Yeah, but you're sat down now.
What do you mean, though? Bro, have you seen? What do you mean, fam? Like, have you seen my lower body, though?
Let us know in the comments, guys. Do you think Clinton is stronger than Ousmane Dembele?
Come on. Well, see, now you've changed the question. If it's by
Who
stronger,
has a
I am stronger.
Who
than
has
him,
a
though.
stronger lower body strength, Dembele or Clinton?
Bro, does
Producer
Dembele,
Ben,
does
can you get your
Dembele,
intake?
does Dembele have kids? He doesn't. But do you know what my lower body did? He gave me, bro, do you know how many,
The man.
like, 2 heavy, proper kids? Are you mad? Bro!
Moving on.
Arsene Wenger
Producer, this is where you turn off Clinton's mic.
Yeah. Arsene Wenger.
watching over his former side.
Don't tell me that is right.
Stop.
Nah, because things are going wrong in this world, man. Like, we need to start speaking up.
What?
Markinde. Clinton talks more than Dembele has goals.
Clinton talks more than Dembele has. I don't understand that. My brain, I didn't go to school that well, so I'm trying to.
I
Clinton
didn't go to
talks-
school that well.
You went to Cambridge University.
You went to school okay.
No, but
He went to
Clinton-
school okay. Not that well,
Clinton
though.
talks more than Dembele has.
He went to Cambridge?
Clinton went to Cambridge, has a degree in medical science.
Yes, biomedical sciences.
That's
yeah.
the one.
I'm meant to be a doctor,
The
Exactly.
More you know.
but things happen. God
Now
found me.
he's here. Sporty TV. Hiring former doctors.
Do we have some nurses yet?
All right, well, we're approaching the 30th minute here. 1-0 to PSG. Definitely the more aggressive side here. The PSG 5 total attempts versus Arsenal's 1. I think Arsenal's had a few more, actually. Technically on target, I guess.
One shot.
63% possession.
Oh,
versus 37.
no way.
Too much time.
Good
Yeah.
defending.
Too much time.
Are you still going back there too? Come on, look at somebody waiting for you, man.
Take a shot.
brilliant.
Take a shot.
Brilliant. Oh, what a
Oh,
save.
offside, 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 offside,
What
offside,
a
offside,
save.
offside.
Oh,
It's offside, it's offside.
Oh
We just
my
offside.
No, I mean, it has to be offside.
It's offside.
wow.
Oh, my God.
To be
What
honest
a
there,
save from David Raya.
Arsenal's defense, which is, what we were giving them the most praise for, Alex.
It was a good defending from Saliba.
Again, Timber.
Watch this save. Watch this save. This is an unbelievable save.
No, it is, to be honest. He is.
It is, but again, why is he giving Timber's giving Desiree Doué all the time in the world to take that shot? He's given him space to receive the ball here.
Timber's been
Arsenal,
poor tonight.
yeah, really, really struggling. I think I'm with you. I think you have to make a substitute there
It
because everything is
all-
coming through that side.
Yeah, yeah.
It all depends on how fit Ben White is.
I mean, the fact
I mean,
that-
what you have to.
No, but you don't want to put Ben White on if he's not fit enough and he's going to get taken on, and if he's not fit enough to take on Kvaratskhelia on that left-hand side, or that right-hand side, sorry, it would be silly to put him on.
Really, really difficult here for Arsenal. I don't know,
Wow,
guys.
but that was such a strike, though. Damn, do we? No, but I'm quite impressed, to be honest. He's giving Arsenal some serious problems at the moment.
The front three at PSG are devouring this Arsenal defense.
To be honest, I love to see it, in all honesty.
I mean, it just feels like a one-sided game. We've seen Arsenal
Literally.
what
for
the
real.
one Kivior header from the set piece there.
Yep.
And then Leandro Trossard took that side kind of shot right at Donnarumma, but that was nothing. Oh, everything. And this is at the Emirates, guys. Wow. Maybe a wake-up call at halftime for Arteta's men?
Yeah, I mean, that's what would eventually happen. I think it would just be like exactly what we've seen in the Classical on Saturday, where we saw Real Madrid literally just being exactly what Arsenal are currently, and then they went into the dressing room, probably had a lot of chats with Ancelotti. I don't know. Ancelotti doesn't do that. He's our president ever talks, in my opinion. But I'm sure I could see Arteta going in there and screaming his voice out. Oh, my God, they keep intercepting them like so easy, for Christ's sake. Oh, come on, but you don't get... Oh.
So Ben White did train. So he supposedly is fit, but maybe not for 45 minutes, or for an hour. So, yeah, I mean, if I was Mikel Arteta, I'd bring off Jurrien Timber at half-time and put on Ben White at that right-back position. Because so far, Jurrien Timber, if he stays on, he's going to get...
No, definitely. I mean, if I see him playing the whole of this first half.
Kvaratskhelia, he's not going to take him off before half-time. But
I mean, we've seen it happen to players, though.
Yeah. If Kvaratskhelia stays, if he keeps cutting in on that right-hand side, Timber's going to have a long night. But...
you don't go back there, man. Sometimes I don't understand these players.
In a game that's as big as this, at what point do you say, why do I have to wait till half-time to bring him off? If he's playing so badly.
Yeah.
He's not playing awfully, but he is getting beaten every one-on-one.
I mean, but when you say he's not playing awfully, though, your job is to not get beaten. And you're getting beaten, it means you're awful, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If a striker is not scoring goal, you say he's a rubbish striker, even if he's tackling or whatever. But, you just have to do your job. And if he's not doing the job... look at this.
Oh, he's actually taking the piss. Desiree Doué.
You talk
that
about...
kind of control.
But hang on, though. Did they just switch position or something?
Yeah.
I think Saka said, all right, I'm now... remember in that one match earlier on in the season when Saka was playing left back? Right back?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what Saka said. I've done this before. I got to help you out. Coming all the way back there, Bukayo Saka. Helping out Timber.
We talked about how much of a joy it was to watch Nico O'Reilly play.
Yep.
Desiree Doué is one of those players that when you watch him...
He definitely looks like it, yeah. No, he looks like that man there.
He's going to be, one day, he's going to be Ballon d'Or contender.
One day.
Maybe even next season.
Next season?
I wouldn't be surprised if he's not at PSG by the end of next season.
Clinton, there's a question for you.
Okay.
If I may ask.
No.
Bisade is asking, what do you make of PSG's performance this season?
Listen, I think everybody got to understand where I stand with PSG, right? If there's anything I'm calculating or if there's anything I'm using in judging a team, especially when they're coming from the League One, for PSG, I'm looking at their performance against teams like what we see today in the Champions League, right? Because I've said it so many times that I know with what they do in France, they would organize themselves and they would win games without a manager. I'll continue screaming this. There are some leagues that you see players playing and you're like, well, listen, you don't have too much work to do here. And if you then face serious teams like we see them do with this Champions League, so we saw what they did, obviously to Liverpool, now facing Arsenal, I mean, you've got to just give them credit to say, listen, you're doing exceptionally well because you're just not winning your French league, but now you're also putting up a fight against top teams in Europe.
That's been the asterisk on their mark so far.
No, of course, absolutely. Like, whatever they do in France, it doesn't really count as something massive for me, in my opinion.
Set piece for Arsenal here, Martin. Oh, la 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 la. Odegaard, free kick.
And there's one for you as well, Alex.
Ooh.
Someone says that Martinelli will score. Do you agree?
No.
Okay, that was short and sweet.
Oh, Arsenal.
Arsenal.
That's a penalty.
Whoa.
That's a penalty. I'm calling it now. That's a penalty.
Well, they're getting Mikel Merino brought down from behind. That looked like.
From a first point of view, I think that's a penalty.
It looked like a penalty.
From the point of
Looked like he went behind and took out his feet.
They have to go to VAR for that.
No, they have to.
Let's have a look at this.
You got the ball so.
That's a penalty for me because he stops him shooting.
Nah, that's not a penalty, man. Wait, just watch. Look at that.
I need to see.
Yeah,
That's no penalty, man.
he gets in his way and he stops him shooting. I think that's a
Nah.
penalty.
He gets the ball.
He gets the ball
But
clean, man.
he also gets the man as well.
What do you mean he got, bro? He went for the ball.
He stops him from shooting by
No,
stopping
he
his leg.
stops him from shooting by kicking the ball away.
But he blocks his leg.
Let's see what happens.
I think that's a penalty.
We'll wait and
don't
take a
think-
look. Shantelle, if you're getting any reaction to this, read them out whenever. Guys, let us know what you think about if that is a penalty or not.
Has to be a penalty for me.
Moment of silence here at the Emirates. Moment of silence here in the studio.
No,
No penalty.
What?
Yeah, no, but it wasn't a penalty,
They're not
man.
even looking
No,
at it.
no, it wasn't. Bro, that was not a penalty,
It
man.
was. He
How would you
stopped
call
his
that-
leg with
What do
his-
you mean? My
I
man
don't
clearly
care if
went
he
for
got
the
the ball
ball.
or not. He got the ball
it's not-
and the man.
No.
That's still a foul.
Yeah, no, he went for the ball. See,
But he got his leg
hold
as
on.
well.
In this situation, right, what you're looking at is the intention. Because obviously it looks like a pretty much, he didn't really go to foul somebody in the 18-yard box.
I don't care
and we're
if he
looking at
did or didn't.
I'm looking at the contact there. It was on the ball, though.
Did he touch Mikel Merino's leg?
I saw him touching the ball.
Did he touch Mikel Merino's leg?
And
Yes
literally,
or
it
no?
was his right foot. Sorry.
Did he stop Mikel Merino from
Are
taking
you
that shot
telling
by
me-
touching his
No,
leg?
he didn't. No, he didn't.
He did.
He didn't stop him from
He
taking
did.
the shot. No.
His leg went into his
No,
leg like
no,
that.
Nah.
Well,
So
I'm
you
mixed
tell me leg to
reactions.
leg contact, like what?
That's
Nah.
a foul.
Well, I mean,
That's
clearly
the
it's not a
definition
foul.
of it.
Clearly it's not a foul. If both the ref, the VAR, myself, a whole bunch of us are saying, bruh, come on, you got to
Nah.
chill, man. Stop ruining it, bruh.
It's a penalty
Nah,
for
you
me.
keep ruining it.
Chantal?
Arsenal got hard done by.
Sebasta says it's a penalty. Ralph Collins says clear penalty. He fouled him on purpose. Markinde says that's not a penalty, Mr. Alex.
Sorry,
It's
Markinde,
kind
I
of
disagree
going
with you there.
both ways. Yeah. Oh, and Clinton, questions again for you.
Oh,
The bank says, Clinton, do you think PSG can manage the attacking of Barcelona?
Woo! Hello,
I think
Arsenal.
Arsenal, they've woken up somehow, man. I think something is cooking, but this is when PSG goes to sink in the second one. And then they're like,
Martinelli's offside in this one, though, all day, so wouldn't have counted either way. Good offside trap there from PSG. Chantal, sorry, what was the question again for Clinton? Alex?
No, I think, yeah, it's for Clinton. Do you think PSG can manage Barcelona attacking?
I actually think they could, because of course the attacking is not just the front three, in the persons of Lamine. Rafinha, even I'm beginning to have a few thoughts when it comes to Rafinha currently, because I think Rafinha is now not being that player that turns up in every single game. When you look at comparing to the likes of Lamine, of course Lamine would have maybe 1 in 10 that he's not looking bright, but with a Rafinha, from what I see currently, it's like he's more of in 10 games, he's turning up for about 6 of them, and when you look at this PSG defense, it pretty much looks like they're very much organized, I mean, it's not just about the offensive side of them, but they are them defensively. They look pretty much very solid. When you look at what, I keep saying, my best left back currently, Nuno Mendes. I know you guys say Nuno Mendes, but that's your business. But he's currently one of my favorites, in that. When you look at Marquinhos, like PSG, they have what it takes to win even the best team in Europe, because they pretty much look solid on paper. And when you look at that Barcelona, sometimes you see Barcelona play, and even you get shocked. We've seen the likes of Leganés, beat them in La Liga. But then again, what could be an explanation to that one? Now, PSG Barcelona is going to be a very tight one. But defensively, I definitely see PSG handling Barcelona equally well, as much as I would see Barcelona handling a PSG too.
Alex, do you agree?
I think I was asked this today by someone, if I was to pick a winner of the Champions League now, I think I'd pick Barcelona. If I had to, but it's going to be tight.
Well, there you have it. Someone just says Nuno Mendes is the best left back in PSG history.
He's the best left back in the world as we speak to me. This is what I think, right? So if he's the best left back in the world, then he has to be the
Alejandro
best.
Balde?
No, I don't. I'm not. He's a good player in Barcelona, but he's not. For me, I like what I watch when I see this Nuno Mendes play. He's more of a class, in my opinion. Ooh, Saka is angry. What's going on?
No,
Oh! Second yellow card of the
Yellow
night.
card.
And everyone, relax now. Everyone relax. KlintonCod's getting a little scary, guys.
Nah, it's not getting scary. Sarah is done.
No, I'm not done yet.
I mean, you just need one now, and that's it.
Okay, the game could also, nothing else could happen.
Oh, no, Sarah, there's definitely...
The game could end 1-0, and then all of you are laughing too.
No, of course, no. What I'm saying is yellow card-wise, we still have at least 4 yellow cards.
Didn't you both go for over goals as well?
Yeah, I went for over 2.5 goals, definitely. And we see it happening. Second half is still... No. Saka, don't give us that, man.
Yeah.
Come on. You don't want to show them kind of frustration, bro.
I mean, in terms of who Nuno Mendes is being compared to, I'm thinking of Kurzawa back in the day. I mean, there's no standout other left backs from PSG that I think are. Well, I think that statement, whoever said that, Shantelle, is fair enough.
Okay.
I would agree, I think. Unless I'm absolutely forgetting someone. But I don't think
this is too easy, man. What are they?
Picked up. Oh, is it too easy, Clinton? Is it too easy? Arsenal needs something here. Arsenal needs...
Another yellow card. That's it done for Sarah. Sorry.
All right, guys, I'm going to go home. Enjoy the rest of the match. See you later. Bye. Well, that's it, guys.
But 3 yellow cards in one half.
I mean, listen, I didn't expect it. What's that mean? I never expected it.
I
never would have expected it. I feel happy. Oh, my goodness. Hakimi picking up the... No, yeah, exactly. Hakimi picking up the 3rd yellow here. So we've seen... Sorry, the yellows have been for Saka, Hakimi. Who picked up that first one?
It was Trossard, wasn't it?
Leandro.
If I'm
It
not-
was Leandro.
Trossard, yeah.
It's getting a little cagey here. About a minute left of this half at the Emirates. Only 1 goal, 3 yellow cards. Arsenal still very much in it, but are going to need a serious wake-up call from Mikel Arteta in the locker room there because they are getting outplayed by this PSG side and don't really seem to have an answer, if I'm honest. Saka on the ball here.
Saka do something. You know if you do something. You know if you do something. Now where we need you. Oh man, I need to go to the extra.
There's a debate going on in the comments about...
Arsenal, come on, do it.
You silly boy! You silly boy!
Go.
You have to score there.
No, my goodness. Oh my goodness. Gabriel Martinelli taking a shot there. I think he
What
should
a
have
pass,
passed.
though.
What was that?
Look at that. Just look at that. Look at that.
What was that
pass.
question that I got asked earlier?
Wait.
Is Gabriel Martinelli scoring tonight?
Yeah.
So you guys are telling me I wouldn't score this goal normally?
You wouldn't, no.
Oh, Gabriel Martinelli going to be having...
Now you guys really underestimate what I did at Luton FC.
You have to score there. You have to score there.
You mean I'm going to get paid £100,000?
There's a part of me that also thinks he should have just crossed it right in front and let Trossard.
But you should be scoring that though.
I mean, there's 2 options here, and it's not that shot either way. That right at Donnarumma. Donnarumma not having to put much work in there, and Arsenal, I mean, that's what they needed.
Bro, £30,000. £30,000 a week. If I miss that goal, terminate my contract. Are you all right, bruv? What do you mean, fam? Now, listen, all these players, sometimes I don't get it, man.
You have to be scoring from there.
No, but even if you don't want to score, think about the money you get as a motivation to just at least know you're getting paid for something.
I'd say half time.
Ousmane Dembele.
All right, well, it is halftime at the Emirates. 1-0 to PSG. Shantelle, do we have some comments here?
Oh, do we? We have a lot of comments.
She's banked him.
Yeah. So, Naphtali says it's time for Arsenal to turn up. Guys, I'm just going to run through because it's so much. Okay. Derek says Arsenal will actually make a comeback, so they see the match ending 3-2.
Wow.
Gina seems a bit frustrated. Come on, Arsenal, get up and fight. Just smash it. Hurry up. I understand how that feels. Blazer says, well, Arsenal will basically go to sad tonight. They don't see Arsenal winning. Tasimba says, for now, Arsenal is bored. I might say he ain't scoring today. Dorothy West says, COD. That's you, Clinton. Warless man, Arsenal will hit back strongly. Oh, and also, so many questions for Clinton. Everybody wants to know what Clinton thoughts are. Besade also asked who you think will win the final, but I felt like you probably answered that already. Have you?
Have I? Who I think will win the final?
Who do you think will win the final?
Who do you think will go to the final?
At
First
this
question.
rate,
Who do you think will go to the final? That's a very good
That's
question.
the lead-up question.
at this rate, PSG and Barcelona.
Well, you think Inter Milan don't have a chance?
I think
Of course
they've
they
got a
have a
chance,
chance.
but
Of course.
I don't think they'll win it. I don't think they'll get to the final.
What's special about Barcelona to you, Alex?
Where do I start?
I mean,
Rafinha, Lamine Yamal,
Oh, exactly. Now you've just mentioned. Okay, yeah, Lamine Yamal is
their
special.
high line, the way they
not.
defend, their goalkeeper,
You mean the smoker?
their midfielders, Pedri, Gavi, Frankie de Jong, Dani Olmo. Obviously, we don't know whether Lewandowski will be back by then. Same with Alejandro Balde. The list goes on. They've got some of the best players in the world. They've got the best team in the world. And I'm not saying Inter definitely have a chance. I just think Barcelona will win it. You ask me now, I think Barcelona will win the Champions League.
No, I mean, you pretty much have a point.
Thank you.
For me, it's a very difficult one in all honesty, because the good thing about this stage in the Champions League is all the teams playing are pretty much very strong teams, and they are capable of winning. In all honesty, Barcelona, of course, very good. Inter Milan, very exceptional goalie. You look at PSG. Come on, this is the best in the weak French side, and you're looking at an Arsenal currently. I mean, it's just one so far, and we know they could have maybe had one already. Just didn't take the chances. So, it's a very. This is the one time I know I've had a very tough time trying to decide who.
It's probably the most evenly matched Champions League we've had. So we had last year, I think Real Madrid were the favourites heading into the final four.
Yeah, I mean, Real Madrid are always the favourites when they've not dropped out.
The year before that, I think Man City were the favourites.
Man City before this season, they would always be favourites for most things. I mean.
I think Real Madrid were the favourites. Sorry, again, Shantelle.
And
Liverpool.
mind you, Manchester City, right? Yeah, because Pep Guardiola is now settling stuff with his wife. Why do you think they've been winning games recently? No, but for real though, these things we were analysing then, people thought it was just some random stuff. But truly, because now the wife has refused to, I've kind of said, let's settle it. The house in Barcelona, I think Pep Guardiola actually loves that house, and that's why he's happy to make peace. I don't know what's in that house that is very. And now look at what's going on with Manchester City. They are beginning to win games. They are beginning to become as solid as what we've known them to be prior to the start of, or even towards mid-season. So, yeah, okay. Now, coming back to the whole thing, I think I'll definitely go for, still very difficult, man.
Okay, wait. So I have a challenge for you guys, because there was a debate going on in the comment section.
Oh, God.
So I'm going to give you guys 3 seconds. Like, I'm going to count to 3, and you're just going to name who you think is the golden boy or who should be awarded golden boy, because there was a debate going back and forth.
Okay.
So, off the top of your head, 1, 2, 3, golden boy.
Sorry, can we confirm that that's, what is that, under?
21, I think. 21 and under.
Isn't that
Yeah,
like the Copa trophy?
It's two different. I think they're.
But it's the same thing.
Yeah. Who do you think is the best under 21 player in the world, basically?
I mean,
Yeah.
Lamine, obviously.
It's Lamine, but I think the thing is, Lamine's going to be in the nomination for the Ballon d'Or this year, which means somebody else can get the.
And you know he's not going to win.
I don't know.
I mean, we know.
I think Rafinha will win it.
I mean,
Depends.
if a Lamine
If Barcelona win the treble, there's a toss-up between. There's a couple players that got into that conversation, but if Lamine's in the top 3, let's say, for Ballon d'Or, then who would win the Golden Boy?
Desiree Doué?
João Neves.
There were shows for him, by the way.
João Neves is one of the brightest stars in midfield right now.
Think of other players that have performed.
Pau Cubarsí. Unbelievable against Real Madrid this weekend. How old is...
Who else have we got?
Oh, he's quite old, isn't he?
Well, in the meantime, Clinton, for you, somebody says Shantelle can be spicy, eh? Clinton, do you agree with that?
Derek,
That
makes a good
what?
point, actually.
Sorry?
Lamine Yamal's already won the Golden Boy Award, so he can't win it again. I think you can.
Oh, he's won it. Sorry, let me hear you.
He won the Copa last year, and he won the Golden Boy.
Yeah, so I think you can only win it once.
You can only win it once. That makes sense.
So who would you guys go for then if he's out of the conversation?
Maybe Doué or
Because a lot of
Neves.
persons, I think they're going for Doué.
I think João Neves, though, gets a start. I think because he's a midfielder, people don't give him maybe some of the respect. But I think both of them are great shouts.
Florian Wirtz.
Get out. No, not this season.
Definitely.
No, unfortunately not. We love to watch Florian Wirtz play, but
Jamal Musiala.
no. No.
Rasmus Højlund.
Clinton, I disagree with you. Madrid are not always the favorite. Remember, Bayern was favorite in that game.
I wouldn't say they were.
Yeah.
I thought Real Madrid were the favourites heading into that one. Could be wrong.
Lautaro, this guy was actually he was denied the Ballon d'Or, you know. I felt like all them time we were screaming Vinicius. Huh? All the time a lot of people were screaming.
Thank you very much.
Screaming
I made such a shout. for
No,
this
I was
guy.
making a lot of because for me it made sense for him to have guys. If you know, we don't know, we're speaking about Lautaro Martinez.
It's the Premier League tax on the Ballon d'Or, unfortunately. Like if
think-
you play in a different league,
No, I
it's,
agree,
it's
yeah.
automatically.
I think if it was done just on who was the best player, I think it should have been Dani Carvajal last season.
Actually, that's
He won the
that's
Champions
the one I
League,
kept on screaming about. Yeah,
Euros.
Euros.
But
yeah.
there's always that case of it never really.
But
goes
I felt
to the
no, I
defender.
felt like Carvajal, and Lautaro pretty much were, like you said, maybe the league was a problem, but they equally had enough to go head to head on each other. They won what's the name? Rodri and Vini. To me, they were like here, and Lautaro and Carvajal were literally up to be considered.
I think just purely because,
But-
well, Carvajal was,
Rodri won the Euro.
but
yeah, he
didn't
won
win
the
Champions
Euros and the
League.
Champions, but
the Champions League. But the thing about Rodri is that he's a midfielder.
well, he won the Champions League, and didn't they win the Premier League?
They won the Premier League, but not the
Sorry,
Champions
they
League.
won
Champions
the
League. Sorry,
yeah,
yes, exactly. Yeah.
That's why I'm giving Carvajal. He captains Real Madrid to the La Liga title, Champions League. Did he captain Spain? No, he didn't. Did he?
No, I don't think he did.
I thought he did. No, it was Morata, wasn't it?
Morata was the captain.
But he won the Euros, he won the league, he won the Champions League. He was one of the best right backs in the world last season.
He
if not
was
the best.
the best, actually.
I think you should have given it. It should have gone to.
No,
Carvajal.
yeah, I agree.
But what's really nice is that we saw Rodri win, and a midfielder who it's never usually going to midfielders. We've never seen Andres Iniesta win. We've never seen Xavi win. Andrea Pirlo.
Yeah, but then
Was
again,
the last-
would you not consider the fact that during those times, he was the caliber of players that they also played with? Obviously, when you look at the likes of Lionel, I mean, who wins over Lionel Messi and Ronaldo playing in the same, like, for me...
the fact
for-
that
for me-
Barcelona had Messi, Iniesta, and
Well,
Xavi
exactly.
as a top three was insane in a Ballon d'Or.
That's, I mean,
I'm just saying we usually don't see.
I think
We usually
that's
don't see midfielders going for it.
That's what makes Luka Modric's winning it in 2018, wasn't it?
Yes,
I think that's what,
yes.
for me, one of the most impressive individual performances in or achievements in football. To win it at a time where Ronaldo and Messi were at the top of their game, to win it is unbelievable.
Yeah, no, I agree. Totally agree. Nah, but Modric, I think he's done well. I say. Wait, Toni Kroos, has he ever been... No, Toni Kroos never won a Ballon d'Or.
No, he was close last year. He was in the nominations, I think. He was top 15, I think, at least. Yeah, I just think if I was voting, I would have voted for Dani Carvajal last season.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think he totally deserved it. He was that good.
But this season, at the moment, if you said vote now, I'd vote for Rafinha.
I'm not going to vote for Rafinha anymore because, like I said, I just don't like people
Who
that
would you
have
vote
really
for?
bad attitude.
Who would you vote for? Salah?
I'm not putting... I don't think I enjoy Salah enough for me to vote for Salah.
Lamine Yamal?
If Lamine Yamal is there, I'm voting for Lamine Yamal.
Okay. I don't have to
Yeah.
ask.
Sorry, I just had a conversation with my producer. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just think, I would want to give it to Salah, but they're not in the Champions League anymore. They didn't win the FA Cup. They didn't win the Carabao Cup. Yes, they won the Premier League. It's a brilliant achievement.
Yeah, but that's just one though.
Rafinha's
I mean,
top
and it's not
of
like
the league. He won the Super Cup. He's won the Copa del Rey. He's in the semi-final of the Champions League.
I mean, he obviously points towards him. Like it all makes sense for to go to Rafinha.
Does Lewandowski deserve a shout?
I mean, especially for his age, yeah. If I'm being honest, because I know I'm the Barca fan at this table. In terms of stats, Rafinha has them, right? Across all.
Okay, that's true. Go on.
Do you want to talk?
No, go on. Let's hear you.
Okay.
No, let's hear you.
In terms of stats, obviously, like Rafinha has them, and I know that. But in terms of Barcelona players, I think Lamine Yamal or Pedri get it over him in terms of what they mean to the team and what they do. For me, if you have a player like Rodri being able to win it last season for Man City, why the heck is Pedri not in the conversation for Ballon d'Or? I don't know. But then again, a lot of the time, it's always looking at the statistics, what they win, how many goals they score. And that's why I think, like, everyone has a reason why they think the Ballon d'Or is skewed for this, that, or the other reason. But if you're asking me in terms of quality, about what the player does for the team, what they bring to the table, how good of an actual player they are, Pedri deserves the absolute shout.
No, Pedri definitely deserves it though, but I think that's where people tend because I think
But those are the people that I don't think are actually watching, you know.
No, of course, but I was just gonna, give some level of bias when it comes to Pedri, right? I feel like, when Rodri won it, with the kind of input Rodri had, it was almost like, of course, Pedri is literally the heartbeat of Barcelona currently, right? Which was who Rodri was. However, Rodri was not just a midfielder; he was literally a crucial, important moment goal scorer.
Who scored the first goal of the Copa del Rey this weekend?
No. Listen. I knew you were gonna say that, but for me, it's not just the weekend, right? We are talking about like week in, week out, right? When
Rodri
you look at
wasn't scoring though, week in, week out.
not week in, week out,
scored
but
in that
at least-
Champions League
no, of
final,
course
that's
he
what
did.
you're thinking
He did. But it's more of even in the league, yeah. We've seen Rodri score some terrific goals. Like I'm talking about goals that these are like proper screamers, if that makes sense. And when you look at these things, it's more of how people, what they remember you for. Does that make sense? Like there are some kind of goals you see, and when this player's name is mentioned, this is what plays in your brain. And you have to be those kind of big level. I'm not like, don't get me wrong, Pedri is there for me. Like I would always say he's literally one of the best midfielders, especially at the age he is in football. But Rodri at the time, he was almost like the heartbeat of football. When you talk about world football, you can't not mention Rodri.
Yeah, well, he's the best midfielder in the world, I think, for me.
Right now, or as at that time?
In terms of disregarding the fact that he's injured, if you just put in terms of quality, I think he's the best midfielder in the world.
Would you think that if, say, De Bruyne did not have that hiccup we've seen this season, and then obviously coming back, and you have a De Bruyne and a Rodri, would you still go for Rodri being the best?
Yeah.
Right. Why?
I just think they're two different players, I think, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
But I think who I would want in my midfield, I feel like Rodri's a little bit more of a calm head, and very slightly. I think the way that he manages games, the way he can sit there and see. Kevin De Bruyne can do this as well, fantastically. But push comes to shove, and you ask me who to choose, ever so slightly, Rodri, just because I think he's just a little bit better when it comes to managing the game. I think it's hard to compare because they're different sort of players, but I think Rodri, for me as well, is just.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a very huge fan of Rodri. Like for me, Rodri, both as a footballer in person, everything, as somebody who has had the opportunity to work with him as well. I think these little things are the things that kind of buy my heart. And that's why when you mention Rafinha now, seeing what I've seen recently with his behavior, he's a proper turn off for people like myself. So if I was voting in the Ballon,
but I think
for example,
that's one time.
It wasn't one time. No, it wasn't one time. I think I've seen it.
He's talking about one time for Barca, one time for Brazil. It's been twice.
Okay, yeah.
I think if you look at what Rafinha's done this season, he's got over 50 goal involvements. Without him, Barcelona wouldn't be where they are. The way he
Without
plays.
Pedri, Barcelona wouldn't be where they are. The thing is, you're a stat man, and that's the difference. Lamine and Pedri are different types of players.
But I would say Rafinha, if you take away the stats, I think he's still been Barcelona's best player. I think with what.
Oh my God, no.
I think on the ball, what he does.
Sorry, what did you just say?
I think this season, Rafinha has been Barcelona's best player.
All right, we are underway at the Emirates, the second half. Shantelle, I'm coming to you for comments. No substitutes have been made for Arsenal or PSG. Shantelle, talk to me.
Well, the comments are saying, example, Sebastian says, Dembele is underrated. I'm also seeing Dembele shouts for Ballon d'Or.
For sure.
He deserves something, says someone. Okay. Tanaka on Facebook says, Arsenal hate trophies. I found that a bit funny. Derek says, y'all should understand that the Ballon d'Or is also for a player who is the core of the team. Look at how City is struggling without him, Rodri. It shows how good he is, hence him winning. Blessing says, we're forgetting something very important. If Mbappe wins the Nations League, La Liga, and the Club World Cup, he may stand a chance too. But for now, Lamine and Pedri for me, for Ballon d'Or. That is. And yeah, I'm seeing quite a lot of Dembele shouts for
I think
Ballon
Dembele,
d'Or.
Dembele definitely sounds a very good shout for Ballon d'Or. However,
I just think
like
individual performances.
for me, the moment you're coming from French League, I'm not putting you anywhere.
No,
Go and
no,
sit
that's
down.
what
Come
I'm
and compete somewhere else. Let's see what.
If they win
I
the
beg you.
Champions League, he deserves to be in that conversation. If
Oh
they
no,
don't-
no, 100% facts.
But
facts,
if they
facts.
don't win the
Yeah,
Champions League, I don't
no.
think he deserves to be in
No,
that conversation. Arsenal, Mikel Merino.
Wait,
1-1.
Clinton, what did you just say? Clinton, wait, go back. Rewind the tapes. Mikel Merino making 1-1 for Arsenal. KlintonCod lost his whole mind thinking PSG had scored. Righty there, Ian Wright, legend of Arsenal, celebrating that one at the Emirates.
Wow.
There are those Gooners going absolutely crazy. Mikel Merino scoring against Real Madrid.
As
Mikel
a
Merino
midfielder.
scoring, as a midfield, as a striker. Versatility. Mikel Merino is his vanilla name. I mean, geez Louise.
This goal might be cancelled though.
Let's take a look. Wow. From a set piece as well. Arsenal and their set pieces. I mean, listen, you can critique them as much as you want for it, but they have absolutely smashed it.
No, for real.
I don't really know why we're critiquing. It's part of football.
Of course.
People say, well, they can only score from a
Of
corner.
course,
Well, I
of
mean,
course.
they're scoring from a corner then. It's incredible how Arsenal have really, corner, free kick goals.
Goal has been checked
Oh
though.
no!
I feel it's offside.
What's
in
gone?
goal.
What's gone on?
Nah, I saw
Having
it,
a review
man.
Here.
Oh dear.
You know when I see you know my eyes is almost good as a VAR, man.
This was really exciting because it just really opens up the second half for us. An equalizer right in the middle there. If we can get a review of this. Tense moments in the Emirates right now. Marquinhos having.
But sometimes, I just imagine when this is being checked, why do players still rush to the ref? Like, what's the conversation? What's going?
Yeah,
Like,
they're
what?
trying to tell him.
Yeah, I know, but why do they think that whatever they are saying is going to?
It's better than doing nothing.
Oh man, if doing something has no effect, why do it?
I think
Oh,
that
that's
might be
looking
offside.
That's what. To me, it looked offside, man.
Can't tell from that angle, but it looks offside.
Looking like there's a weird way to approach that.
My man is like, gonna cancel my goal, yeah? If you won't do it, just do it, fam. Just do it. Just do it. You keep ruining football, bruv.
Arsenal fans praying right now.
Merino! ¿Qué pasa, tío?
We're still waiting for a check here, taking a little bit longer than usual, maybe.
Oh, this is a long check, you know.
Yeah.
I think if that what this goal, the stadium is gonna go on fire in a minute.
I think it's offside.
If it's taken.
Ah, the suspense.
Yep. We just need that sound effect. Wow, this is a long check, man.
Far too long.
Okay, we got it. Offside. Look at the hand. Offside. Yep. Said it. Are you guys like the fact that my VAR I saw this thing before they did all this long check, man?
Your VAR.
Nah, I knew it. It was obviously off, man. Like, look, just watch from here, though. Look. They were literally all off from here.
Why didn't they? That took them what? 3 seconds?
Like, bro, but this is never supposed to be so difficult to waste our time like this, though.
Yeah. And they took what? 3 minutes?
At least 3 minutes.
What a way that would have been for Mikel Arteta's side to start that second half with an immediate equalizer from Mikel Merino, but it was called back. Arsenal are going to have to put a little bit more work in to score another goal. Let's see.
Oh, I feel bad for Arsenal.
Chantelle, let Clinton know his South London accent is bad. There you go.
Wait.
Pass
Who
it on.
said that, bro? No, wait.
We know. Don't. You don't have to bring it up.
Bro,
We know.
Who said, nah. Don't chat that stuff next time, bro.
It's
Bruh,
like you're playing
nah,
like pause,
nah,
play, pause, play.
Nah, don't. Bro, what do you mean? Wait,
That's what you sound.
Wait, what do you mean, fam?
Message delivered.
It's actually
Not a
actually not
request.
it's actually not bad.
I don't get
It
it,
is
fam.
bad.
No, I've heard a lot
Give him
worse.
this
You know
confidence.
what I mean? Like,
Alex, I've been asked by our producer if you can do one.
Me?
Sorry, I'm getting.
I'm not doing an accent.
Nah.
Why not? Come on.
Nah, but yeah, don't chat. Nah, don't even piss me off, bro. Like,
It's not bad.
Matt-
I've heard
Matt's-
a lot worse.
nah, but mine.
But that doesn't mean it's good. That just means you've heard worse.
No, I'm saying both. I'm saying it's not bad, and I've heard a lot worse.
Yeah, but you know what?
As a Brit,
Chantal, you want to give it a go? Producer's asking.
No. I know.
I've heard Chantelle's British accent is worse than Clinton's.
No, that is actually true. That's actually true.
Nah, but
Clinton
you know
does a better job. I'll
what?
give him that.
Nah, but
He
but
is English
I'm
after
better
all.
off. I'm better off with the Cambridge English, the Queen's one.
Than who?
The Queen's one.
No, but you're better than who?
No, I'm
you
like,
just say
no, I'm,
you
I'm
speak
better
that.
off. Yeah, I'm better off with the Queen's one than the South London.
Yeah, you can put your posh accent on. I've heard that before.
I like.
Really?
I
Go
like that.
ahead. Go ahead.
What?
Do it.
It's alright. Wait. So, what did you just say?
Why do you sound like our producer, though? That's exactly how Ben sounds.
On today's SportyShow.
Chantal, you can't say that. No, you can't say that. Like,
No, I actually think your South
anyone
London
else hear
accent is
that, or
better
is
than
that
your
just-
posh accent.
no, you can't say that, Alex. Like, I'm just trying to sound like, you know, when I used to
No.
live in Cambridge, yeah.
No, your
It's just
South
how
London
it's all.
accent is better.
Nah, you can't be saying that though. Like, wait. Nah, you can't even say that my South London accent is.
You're losing it.
Exactly. No, it's crashing. Oh my God.
Nah,
Oh
I
my
don't like- I don't
gosh.
like hearing that, bro.
I had our producer saying, "How very dare she?" No, I can't.
No,
My goodness.
our producer's voice is a lot posher.
Your French accent. Oh my God.
I just saw a comment. Donna Danny, Baldy's gonna win the Golden Boy Award.
I think Kubarsi's in.
For a minute, I had to think who you were talking about. Balde.
Baldy.
I thought Baldy. Who's Baldy?
Bold. Oh, that was that. I don't know, maybe that was the posh accent. Baldy.
No, but I was like, I'm used to hearing Balde.
Balde.
but,
Alejandro Balde.
No, I don't think Balde will. Did you say Balde to win the Ballon d'Or?
Oh no way! You just
Oh, Desiree. Oh,
Oh, Desiree.
Was it Desiree?
ah,
Kvicha.
wow. This is getting
Oh,
intense.
but that guy is so good, honestly. Oh man, Arsenal, nah, it's not working.
Substitutions, Alex.
Yep.
To be honest, at this stage, no. I think we've seen a lot less from Kvicha Kvaratskhelia in the second half. I know it's only been 9 minutes. I would still tell Ben White to get ready.
Oh man.
But at the moment, I keep it the same. I think Arsenal come out this second half
this
a lot
PSG,
stronger.
they're playing such a good football.
But I think PSG have woken up a little bit. These first 5, 6, 7 minutes have gone to Arsenal, and now PSG have woken up. If I was...
Cutting man.
No, I was saying, if I was Luis Enrique...
Somebody just reminded me of something though.
As much as it sounds silly, I would bring on Bradley Barcola for Desiree Doué. Yes, he's had those moments where he's done lots of good skill, but he hasn't actually got anywhere. He's always been tackled. I'd just like to maybe...
You have Barcola.
Not now, but in like 10, 15 minutes, maybe around the 70-minute mark, I'd bring on Bradley Barcola for the last 20 minutes.
Gonzalo Ramos as well up front.
What Bradley Barcola can do on that right or on that side, just wow.
Oh man. These guys, man. No,
Arsenal's
sorry.
still
I was
well,
literally gonna help. Sorry,
What's his name?
Chantelle.
Oh.
I'll read this one. Besade
That I
Phillips
didn't ask
Emmanuel.
for.
No, the person said, Clinton, that voice is from your comedy, your girl voice. So back in
It is.
2027, have you ever seen a video where
I have.
Yeah. So
A
this
girl
was,
voice?
Huh?
It's
What's
the
your
one where
girl voice?
you...
From 2017, 2018, 2019, every single clip I did was, comparing.
Oh, Arsenal. Trossard. Oh, what a save.
Donnarumma
What
playing
a
like
save.
he's been absolutely
Wow.
invigorated.
There's an Arsenal goal coming here. Wow.
Declan Rice on the break, sending it out to Leandro Trossard, making the run here and beating the defenders, taking a shot. Donnarumma does well to get his fingertips just on it there and send it wide.
What a save.
That was
To
a
be fair-
save, you know.
No, to be fair, I will say Donnarumma having a great game for PSG.
To be honest,
stepping
I
up when
think-
he needs to.
I think he's
Wow.
had a good Champions League run. I mean, we'll have to give it to him this season, man. We've seen
Donnarumma.
him do some
He's had moments, though. I think, wasn't it against Villa in the second leg where he had that moment?
Can't remember.
My memory's a bit
I
faded.
think the more crucial games, especially with, with
I mean, against Liverpool.
yeah, exactly.
He's had some of the best performances in the Champions League this season as a
Definitely.
goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Big chance here for Arsenal. Ball in, back post, headed back in.
Bicycle. Should have.
I think that
Oh,
might be a
silly.
foul,
Play the
but-
advantage. Play the advantage. No, that's a foul.
Whoa.
That's a foul.
I think he's going to go back for it, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm loving this referee though.
I will say, apart from the decisions that I disagree with, the two main ones,
The penalty.
The two penalties that should have been called. Besides just two penalties, I think the ref has done a great job.
I think-
Get
no,
out.
I wasn't going to say he's done a good job. I think he's done a decent job. He's done an all right job.
But you think there should have been two penalties, which are two massive calls in this
Yeah.
game. So I don't
No.
think you can say that.
No, I can. I just did.
No, but if you think that there are two penalties, he can't be doing a good job.
No, I
Those
didn't
are
say he
two-
was doing a good job. I said, apart from the two penalties, I think he's done an all right job. It's.
I think he's done a good job, to be honest.
Yeah. I still think PSG should have had a penalty with that foul on Kvaratskhelia with the arm pull from Timber, I think it was. And I think Arsenal should have had a penalty for that foul on Marino. Ball in, Saka, have a shot. Wow, that's a foul.
Eaten up.
That wasn't a foul, man. My man got the ball, bruv.
You can stop doing the London accent now.
No, but that was just bruv though. Bruv is just bruv. Bruv ain't no accent, bruv. Or do you want me to start using cuz?
Cuz.
What you mean cuz?
Brev. Oh,
Shantelle,
That's
any
great.
comments, any changes in some people's predictions, maybe?
Well, Felicity was like, what a save. So I guess she was reacting to that one just now. I also saw more Ballon d'Or shouts. I saw from Mo Salah or Alexander Isak.
Lost their whole mind.
someone's used your government name here, Clinton.
Really? That one must have missed me.
Derek Thompson.
Ooh. Is that your
Oof.
cousin? Do you know Derek from, like, is this your cousin or?
He's
But
just said,
imagine my cousin's son in being Thompson though.
I don't know. Big family.
Oh man.
Tassimba is saying Barcola is underrated. Why? I think that's a question. Why is Barcola underrated? And I also saw Godfrey says, in terms of controlling the game, Pedri, but X factor wise, Lamine or Dembele or Rafinha. That's for Ballon d'Or.
You guys want to give your top three for the Ballon d'Or?
at the moment,
Yeah, let's start with Shantelle. Alex. Alex is so hungry for it. Shantelle, let's start with you.
Mo Salah.
Bruh.
Alex?
Rafinha,
You're not going to give to other players?
No, Mo Salah.
you have to give to other players.
Really? Okay, fine.
Can I just checking in with our producer? If anyone's listening, I've been trying to contact you, but you are not checking, having technical difficulties on the TV. Here, please. All right, Alex Ashmore.
Wait, you didn't want me to give two
Yeah,
more
you have to
players?
give
Okay.
two. I'm not letting
Oh,
you give
sorry.
three Sakas.
Okay, Mo Salah, Rafinha, and I'm gonna actually give a Pedri show.
Damn, what's the
He
header
really-
though?
I
From
think he really
thingy?
deserves it.
Stop it.
Get out, don't be a
So,
liar.
so that's my top three.
How'd you
Take it
do?
or leave it.
Okay.
I'm going to go Rafinha, Salah, Pedri.
This is Shantelle.
No, but Rafinha first.
No, I don't care about the order. Sorry,
I'm telling you my order. Rafinha to win it. Salah second. Wow, do I say Dembele? Does he deserve a shout in the top three?
I think that's going to disappear.
No, I'm going to say Pedri in the top three, unless Dembele wins the Champions League.
Well, somebody backs that actually. Bisari says Mo Salah will be the second player to win the Ballon d'Or without winning the Champions League.
I mean, I don't think.
Whose missus is that?
I don't
Focus, Clinton.
I can't see.
No, because we need to start going after the wives now, man.
Oh my goodness.
Why? Why?
That's long.
No, because, come on, my life is short. You might as well do what you can. You've never imagined.
Do you think he stand a chance though?
Of course.
Really?
I've done it before.
Really?
Yeah.
So you think he could pull her?
Easy.
Where do you buy this confidence? I would like to purchase some for myself.
Do you need
Is
it
it
for-
on? Is it on Amazon?
Did you need it for a job? I don't know, just in case. Let's start knowing because this kind of confidence comes in different levels. I don't want to give you overconfidence and then you go mess things up.
Fair.
Yeah, but I could bag anybody.
Clinton,
You
who's
want
your
to give
top
your
three?
top three?
Right. Top 3 is Luka Modric's wife. Second one is who else?
What? Did you just throw that in there to see if we were paying attention?
I can't believe you actually paid attention to that. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so I'm not going Rafinha because I don't like Rafinha anymore. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm that kind of person though. You do one kind of nasty character on the pitch or maybe
But
once,
it's not
twice.
based on
No, I
attitude,
know, but that's the thing. No, according to what Gary said, people that vote, they vote based on that too. They have some scores for it.
I
Right.
think people vote just whatever the hell they want to vote.
Well, absolutely,
I don't think-
absolutely.
I agree, Alex.
It was, what was it the other day? That the Oscars or the Emmys, some award show has now said that if you want to be a voter in the final stage, you have to watch all of the films.
No,
I'm
I thought,
sorry.
I'm like, since
was
when
that
you
not
weren't
already a
watching
priority, a criteria?
Yeah, that tweet was going
It's like, yeah, you can vote for the Ballon d'Or.
no.
You haven't watched any of the football this year. Don't worry, you can vote.
No, I think I'll go for.
You're going to break my eardrums if you do that too much.
Sorry, man, sorry. That was just an opportunity for Dembele to have his second.
Bruv, be serious. Luka Modric, just reading comments.
No. I think that was just a joke, man. Definitely not that one. Yeah, so I think I would go for some reason, I think it's just sad that Kylian Mbappe hasn't really won so much, but I feel like with how he's gotten into Madrid, how bad teams have not really gone for him, and then for him to have been able to still been considered for at least one of the highest goal scorers in Spain as we speak, I think it's. And whether I would like it or not, it's always been one of those game changers for Madrid as well. Sometimes, like there's just something about Mbappe that I know is just his grace. He's. But anyways, they're not in the Champions League, no La Liga. Sorry, bro.
Arsenal on the attack here. Ball in.
I feel like subs are coming.
Oh, yeah.
I
At
think
some point,
they keep.
they have
Listen,
to.
let me tell you what's going to save Arsenal right now. Yeah, if they want to continue doing this, let's pass the ball into the 18-yard box and find a goal. It's not. Let them start taking shots from outside and start, testing. Donnarumma. You never know. Sometimes Donnarumma can literally be some funny goalkeeper. We'll just stand here and watch him sliding.
Well, 64 minutes into this one, only the one goal stands from Ousmane Dembele. I feel like we're going to be reaching some subs, maybe from both sides. Something needs to switch here for Arsenal. I mean, equalizing here, going to the Parc des Princes would help them a lot, obviously, not having to crawl back at the away, stadium. And the Parc des Princes is one loud stadium for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen their fans over here at the Emirates, and they're making all that noise. We see them jumping around. They love to travel. Paris
They
fans
do.
love
PSG,
to
they
travel.
do travel.
Don't have jobs, travel for a living. Like, genuinely, I don't know how, it's incredible. They just go on tour. They follow Paris everywhere. I feel like French fans in general. Marseille love to travel as well.
Yeah. Well, French fans have always been very passionate. And PSG fans, you see, I think it was when they played Arsenal in the league phase, when they came to London. they went to some park game, like 400 of them, and started cheering along some blokes playing in the park. Like,
Lovely.
it's-
Nowhere to be.
can you imagine that, rocking up to play five-a-side football and you've got 300 PSG fans chanting?
Class.
Clinton, would you
Class.
perform under that sort of pressure?
Why not?
I know you said you don't.
I've done it so many times. So.
No, but I know you said you don't like pressure.
No, in football, why not? That's not pressure. That's, pushing you.
Yeah, you sure?
Yeah. Why not?
There you go. PSG fans singing.
There they are.
I could just imagine them say, Au voyage, et you utuma.
Apologies for all of those French fans watching right now.
Bonsoir, Dembélé. Bonsoir.
You're just saying Dembele and good evening.
Yeah, he's having a good evening.
I mean, he is.
Say bonsoir, desire.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just
Yeah.
stop right there.
while you're
Just
ahead.
stop right there.
Come on, guys. What you guys mean, though?
Anyone shocked that we've only seen one goal in these 66 minutes?
I know. It's quite sad. I mean, we've seen two. One got cancelled, obviously.
Well, Arsenal have a chance here.
I think at this point, I don't mind Arsenal scoring a goal.
I think it would make it interesting.
Yeah.
I don't want this game to be.
Wow, Desiree Douy is having a laugh. I mean, sorry, Desiree Douy, Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, sorry. Just having fun. Getting pulled over here
Yep,
and
and then-
volleying the ball. Just doing keepy uppies. No, taking
I would love
the
to see
mick.
Kvaratskhelia in Manchester United, man.
Not with an S.
Oh, sorry,
Kvaratskhelia.
What?
Kvaratskhelia.
I don't know why when you started with that Kvaras, like it's Kvaratskhelia, just ended there.
You're saying Kvaratskhelia.
Bro, you are causing me severe pressure. Like, just let me enjoy this boy's
You don't
name.
perform under pressure.
No, like, especially on their names.
Again,
Look at this.
you've said it so
These
many
names,
times.
man.
The lights on the TV.
Oh, getting a pull back there.
Oh,
Saka.
oof.
Oh my God, that was such a poor pass, man.
Do you know what? I'm not going to lie. Arsenal have been
Disappointing.
underwhelming. And I think a lot of that is Timber has been shocking.
Although
if
in the
I'm
second
honest.
half, we haven't seen them attack a lot on that left-hand
But
side.
this is
Well,
true.
But-
This is 67 minutes. What's Arteta
But
waiting for, though?
I was done.
Second
Bukayo
leg.
Saka has been,
quiet.
Quiet.
and I think that's a lot of Arsenal right there.
Most of Arsenal's attack has come from that left-hand side.
Yeah.
Trossard and Martinelli.
And it's, if you have a quiet Saka, how, like,
Guys, let me tell you what's going on with this game, yeah?
Yeah.
PSG, they are playing it as if they are playing it in France. They have full control of this game.
well, they
they're
also,
dominating.
they don't care if they go with a 1-0 back home.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously.
Good for them. But 1-0 in Champions League is nothing. Like,
No.
even for them, you
But going back to the Parc des Princes, we saw how well they did against Villa last time out.
look what Arsenal did, though, at the Bernabeu. PSG is way better than Real Madrid, but I'm just saying, away stadium, it didn't faze them, let's say.
He is fuming.
I would be too. They're not playing well, if I'm honest. You Arsenal fans, you still think they're going to come back? Let us know. Shantelle will read out those comments. Got about maybe 25 minutes with extra time to do so. There's still time. Lots of time in this game. For one more goal? 2, 3?
Fuming
Somebody's on the ground,
on the
man.
sideline. I haven't actually looked. How many bookings have we had so far?
3. It's the same 3. Bradley Barcola
4.
getting ready to come on.
4?
Saka, Trossard,
Oh, yeah.
Neves, and Hakimi.
Oh, la
Saka
la.
with the kick away.
So far, I don't know about you guys, but my booking code isn't coming in.
No, you guys are giving me garbage for the fouls. You guys went over 2.5 goals, both of you. Guess who went for the under? Oh, it's looking nice, isn't it?
I need an Arsenal goal. I need 2 Arsenal goals.
You need
2 Arsenal goals, ideally. And in terms of corners, I need 6 more corners. We've only
Yeah,
had 3
long day.
corners. That's surprising. I would have thought we'd have more corners by now. PSG have only had 1.
Well, I mean, this is not a return leg. I think return leg, that's when we usually see proper problem.
What a goal.
Hence why I went for under 2.5 goals.
How you
I think
can
that's a
leave
very good choice.
Dembele open in the edge of the box like
You
that?
see, did you see what happened with the ball I was speaking to you about? He kicked it, and then he made his right, I don't know if this is the right foot, as some kind of deflection. I don't know.
Ew.
Barcola.
It was either his right or his left.
Dembele out for Bradley Barcola.
I would have, I
And then it
suppose,
means Desiree is probably going to shift in.
maybe. I would have taken Desiree Doué off, but maybe he wants that, just that unknown quantity of Desiree's skill against Miles Lewis-Skelly. I don't know. I think Arsenal should be making some changes soon. And there we are, Ben White getting ready to come on, I think.
Sitting right back down and putting the bib on.
Oh.
Got up, took a look around, said, not for me today, and right back to the bench.
Arteta heard what I was saying. He was like, nope, sit back down.
Interesting, that
You
one.
better
I saw
sit back
Zinchenko was also
down.
up there, but he had his bib on.
I wouldn't bring Zinchenko on if I were Arsenal. Is this Timber down?
I'm just trying to
down?
figure out
It's coming
who's-
back on.
All right, well, no changes for Arsenal.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
I would also, and this is going to sound crazy, but think about bringing off Saka and bringing on Waneri. Just to something different.
Yeah?
Because Saka's been quiet tonight.
Absolutely, one area would be no. But you see, listen, this is the reason why I'm telling you that you could easily coach a PSG. But you see, these are the little things that makes a coach knowing when to call in and call out.
I don't play Sporty FC for nothing.
Well, exactly. You see, well, I mean, that's a good start.
There we go. Can Arsenal do something with this attack on this left-hand side? Martinelli up against Hakimi. Ball in the box. Easily headed away. Back out. We haven't seen as much from Declan Rice today.
No, true. I
But I think
mean, he's
also
just
been
waiting for the
playing
free
a
kick,
little
though.
bit further deeper today. A little bit deeper today.
No, my man is waiting for free kicks. That's his job right now for Arsenal.
Arsenal haven't had many free kicks
I
in
know.
scoring distance.
I mean, they had the one from Odegaard, but I feel like obviously that was too far away for a Declan Rice scoring type of position. I could just imagine how quiet the stadium is now.
Almost as quiet as the studio here. Almost as quiet as the
I
studio.
always love it when, you know, a goal goes against the home fans and how quiet stadium usually just, you know, it's like, Hango, what just happened? Everyone is acting like we didn't see the goal go.
This is completely off topic, but talking about free kicks. If you haven't seen this at home, go and watch the highlights from River Plate versus Boca Juniors.
Oh my gosh. Stupid that.
I tell
No,
you,
honestly, that goal was wicked, man. That free
Mastan
kick.
Spono, he's going to be Europe in the next year.
I mean, I think he deserves it. I don't even know who we are speaking about. I didn't see the goal. But that was an amazing goal,
I'll show
man.
you.
Watch it. It's an unbelievable free kick.
Wow.
River Plate beat Boca Juniors 2-1.
No, I know. I mean, I saw the goal.
Oh,
So you just said you didn't, Skip.
I didn't, to be honest. I didn't.
Arsenal need to change something because at the moment it's not working.
Ridiculous goal here.
Ooh, Lord of hosts.
Chantal, can we get some comments from you? Oh,
Somebody just said
it was right on time.
to Simba, Shantelle, you're not acting like Saka. That quietness is okay. Here comes the comments then.
Oh, no. Sorry, I thought Kvaratskhelia was just about to score from the halfway line.
Some kind of Ibrahimovic-esque.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chantal, go for it.
Okay, so a bit of comments came in with the Ballon d'Or shouts. So I'm going to start from there.
You're going to start with Tasimba's second comment.
I'm already not looking.
Said, are you still awake?
Oh!
The comments are coming to Simba. Hold on. Okay, here they are. Prophetic says, we know the star boy of Real Madrid, Vinny will win the Ballon d'Or from that of it. Funny, so I'm reading it.
This year?
James Bond, apparently.
Whoa.
James Bond, we have James Bond watching, guys.
Wow.
Clinton,
All of them.
Salah is winning the Ballon d'Or, so that was
Or
directed
maybe
at
it's
you.
the next James Bond. Sorry to interrupt you, Chantal. Maybe it's the next James Bond.
So the next one, is it black or white?
Yeah, could you tell us who you are? Sorry. Go ahead.
In Nifas, sorry if I'm butchering the name, no matter what, Arsenal will qualify. Caroline says Salah is winning the Ballon d'Or. Chucky Lee says PSG might win because they never won a match against Arsenal.
Right.
Andrew is saying PSG is doing what Madrid couldn't do in 2 legs. But I've also noticed that the confidence has been going down for Arsenal because, oh Heniba, sorry if I'm butchering that as well, says at this rate, Arsenal ain't winning today. Andrew also says,
Arteta, relax, Joe. I hate when they always do this, trying to make fans to be screaming. Form, these guys are tired. Their voice is hurting them already. Yo, chill, man.
if PSG wins the UCL, then Mbappe is the king of UCL.
Can you read Grootey Man's comment on YouTube?
What? If PSG win the UCL, then Mbappe is the king of UCL.
I don't even understand.
Okay, so Gucci Man
Clinton, this
says,
is for you.
Sorry, hold on.
Shantelle, the confidence flows in Nigerian taps. They drink it, bathe in it, wash their clothes in it, etc., etc. It cannot be explained. Don't you see when Angel comes on? Yeah, that's confidence. But I feel like with
true?
Clinton, it's more delusion.
Wow.
It's more delusion.
Wow.
Does the confidence come from the water you drink?
So do
to be honest,
are you
if you look into this
does it come from
bottle-
the top of
No,
the
that's not Nigerian water. That's Spanish water.
No, but it's drunk by a Nigerian, though.
Does
it's
that
not,
make
it's
it
not about
Nigerian?
It's not about the water. It's about who drinks it.
Okay.
Right.
So it's a placebo effect then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Our producer said nobody knows what's in that. Could be Nigerian special water.
Let me tell you. Tell him.
Clinton.
You can tell him.
No, wait. Nigerian special water, right? Do you know what they actually call it? They call it.
Gin?
What a save.
Do they call it gin?
Kaio Saka.
No. They call it sapele water. This is actually very.
What percentage is it?
Is real. Sapele water.
Meanwhile, Gonzalo Ramos comes on for Desiree Doué. So 2 subs for PSG,
That would have been
none
offside,
yet
actually.
for
That would have been
Arsenal.
off.
That was offside.
Okay, there was a bit of mixed reactions from persons saying Saka should be sent off.
Sent off.
No, sorry, not sent off. Substituted. Sorry, substituted. And others said Saka should stay.
Foster Asante makes a good point, actually. Without Thomas Partey, I think Arsenal are a little bit inhibited tonight because he'd be the one that usually... Or
No, they've missed it.
Oh,
They've missed it.
From the top, all the way over the bar. João Neves getting that shot, but leaning a little bit too far back.
No, I was saying Thomas Partey, I think he sits back a little bit more, which allows Rice and Odegaard to go a bit further forward, and I think Arsenal are missing that tonight.
I mean, you could argue that they're also missing Gabriel in the back there.
Yeah.
A little stability. Arsenal are really, really on their last limbs. Like, this is the skeleton crew.
Yeah,
When you look at
saw
the
the
bench, you're
injuries.
like, who do you even bring in? Who is a better substitution? Who could help this side?
The only player I'm
Waneri.
looking at is Waneri.
Yeah.
That I have confidence that could really influence a game.
Yeah.
Also pace. Also
Yeah.
pace, maybe.
Raheem Sterling?
Nah, I don't think this one is for Raheem Sterling, honestly.
It's only 1-0, Alex. We're not.
Please be so far along.
No, I was saying he has got pace still, but I don't think he has the finishing yet.
Nah, this UCL is not when
I
you
don't
start
think
carrying
he's
your
going to
hand and
be
start
having more
running.
pace than Hakimi, though.
No, I don't think he's... I think he's past his prime at the moment, Sterling.
Way past.
What? Cross in? PSG dealing with these crosses very
No,
well.
for real, literally.
PSG just don't look like they're under pressure, if I'm honest. Whenever
That's-
Arsenal have the ball, they're
Yes.
not playing
No.
like they're under attack. They're like, no matter what, we'll get it.
That's exactly the reason I made a comment earlier. I said
Like
PSG,
they're
they're
playing at
like,
home.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're like they're playing at home. It's
Whereas
crazy.
Arsenal look like the nervous ones. We got to get
Yeah,
the ball,
yeah, exactly,
pass,
yes,
pass,
yes,
pass.
yes,
Just get
yes.
rid of it
Yep,
fast,
yep,
not
yep.
thinking.
Yep.
Like, they look rattled. And what concerns me is I know it's only 1-0, but PSG just needs to do, like, if they're just controlling the game. It doesn't need to be a high-scoring affair in the second leg
Oh
either.
my god! Now, and listen, in all honesty, they're even distributing the ball way better than Arsenal. Like in this game, PSG they've been the best.
If I was Arsenal right now, I'd take off Timber, bring on Ben White. I'd take off...
Oh,
Kvicha trying to do a lot there on his own.
I'd take off Odegaard, push and put Waneri on, but put my Waneri just in sort of behind Trossard as a sort of 10 almost. And then I would have Rice and Marino in that central midfield role. And I'd push Trossard further forward and Martinelli and Saka on the wings. I think Waneri and Ben White have to come on.
Well, let's see if Mikel Arteta can hear you, Alex. Heading into the 80th minute, not much time left for Arsenal to do something. They've got to score one here, though.
Arsenal.
Not even scoring at home. Losing is one thing.
That was an Nigerian
Arsenal.
accent.
Arsenal. Afana. What's good, bro? Aye. Oh, my God.
I wonder how your man Kelechi's doing.
Oh, man. No, I'm sure he's probably somewhere in
There he is. Ben White's coming in. He heard half of what
There
you
we
said,
go.
Alex.
Right, just need to do the other half now and bring on Ethan Waneri. Odegaard's been very quiet tonight.
He
Yeah,
has
I
to be quiet.
completely
He has
agree.
to be
I
quiet.
haven't seen anything from Odegaard tonight.
To be honest, I kind of missed, what's it called, though? Thomas Partey, for some reason. Because, you know, somehow there's a way he dictates that midfield at times when he's on the pitch, and he just kind of like adds that difference in this Arsenal. And now you can just clearly tell that he's not in the game. You know, this whole rush, that's not what you would usually get with a Thomas Partey. He's that kind of player that thinks about, you know, where he wants to launch the ball into, and it's not just about rushing, it's about making calculative risk and, you know, efforts, whatever you want to call it. But so far, so good. What they did, I mean, just look at an example.
Yeah,
This is a pass. It's literally just
Long lost passes.
An interesting one here from Gruty
Are
Man.
we looking at the same one?
About the XG.
I know.
Oh, okay, no, you go ahead. I'm stealing your job, I realise, but I've
No,
seen
it's
an
fine,
interesting
go ahead.
comment. He said Arsenal have an XG of 1.53 compared to PSG's 0.4. Stats, I'll change your wording a little bit. Stats aren't everything. You're right. Arsenal, PSG have been the better side and been in control of this game. They've had
They don't even care about scoring another goal, it seems. They're
54%
happy
of
with
possession.
this.
If you look in the first half, they had 60. Arsenal have had a little bit more of the possession in the second half, but they've looked comfortable. Like you said, they haven't looked like conceding all night long. And Arsenal have to change something and not just bring on Ben White.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not going to be the saving grace there, is it?
And if they take off Kivior for Ben White, I would be confused. Unless they don't think Ben White is fit enough to go up against Kvaratskhelia. Who's going to be? Well, it is Timber.
No surprise there, you're in Timber coming off for Ben White. Not the best of games for Timber. Arguably, actually, Arsenal's worst player maybe on the pitch this evening.
Other than, and this might be harsh, he's been their worst player on the pitch, but second I would put Odegaard. I really haven't seen anything from Odegaard tonight.
No, honestly, I don't think it's just... but let's be sincere, though. Which Arsenal player have you seen something from, apart from maybe 1 or 2 shots from Saka? Charlie, which was just...
Yeah,
Seen
maybe
that
Leandro
yeah.
Trossard
I've seen-
try and do something.
I've seen Marino battle. I've seen a little bit from Martinelli, but not a lot.
Trossard.
Yeah, Trossard a little bit again.
But we're scraping the barrel here.
I think defensively, Lewis Skelly has been excellent. I think he's dealt with Desiree Doué very well tonight. Yes, he's had those moments where he's got through, but I think he hasn't created a lot.
I just think Arsenal generally, performance isn't just... Oh, my... Like, no,
It's
come
just
on.
lackluster.
Do you get...
Oh,
Bradley Barcola with the
2-0.
chance breakaway.
How does he miss that? You have to score that. Oh, my word.
Ah, that looks like something Darwin Núñez would do.
Yeah.
That was poor from Bradley Barcola.
Oh,
Okay, that would have been...
That was
offside,
a-
no?
No.
It would have
Easy
been...
goal.
And he had more time, I think. Maybe not.
Clinton could have scored that.
Wow.
I mean, everybody knows that.
Let's not be silly here.
No,
Let's
it's
be
not about
silly.
being silly. This is like I feel like I don't know. You know what? Oh, no. I mean, Enrique was probably so. Like this is the thing, right?
these are the chances that you want to get in just in case.
No, of course.
Yes, it should be 3-0 PSG.
It should be 3-0. Exactly.
It should be 3-0. And if Arsenal play like this in the second leg, they have no chance. But if Arsenal, with the likes of Partey coming back, if Mikel Arteta can gather this team together and, you know, change the tactics, I mean, they can give PSG a fight. And if
Yeah.
it's only 1-0, Luis Enrique and PSG are going to think, well, all those chances we could have scored. I'm curious to see if it will bite them in the second leg.
Do you guys want odds on an Arsenal win at the moment?
Nope.
Okay.
Talk to me. Let me hear.
40.
I wouldn't bet it if I was a betting woman.
Wow.
PSG. PSG.
Gonçalo Ramos.
Oh, what is
Oh my
What is he doing?
Gonçalo Ramos hits the pole, hits the woodwork. Wow, the control from that pass, though, was gorgeous.
What is he doing?
And he was on. Wait, was he on? He was on.
Arsenal to win has just gone up to
way.
45.
Look.
Oh my God, that's filthy, man.
If he scored that, I would have gone home.
Someone,
Are you kidding me?
Someone
know he
said
used
even
the tip of
Shantelle
his
would have
toes.
scored it. I don't think I would have scored that.
Oh God.
This is a good one, actually. If... No. I'm going to retract that comment. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say it anymore. PSG currently 1.18 odds to win on Sportybet. 50 odds for Arsenal to win. And the draw 5.3.
I think it's more of anybody who's betting now. If I was a betting boy, I think that would easily be out. I might try a draw.
What do you mean if you're a betting man? You are a betting man.
Am I?
Yeah.
Ooh la la.
Sara,
Hi.
someone in the comments said you should actually check on Gary.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll WhatsApp him right now and let you guys know. 2 seconds.
Chantelle, you're getting hate in the comments.
Really?
Said
Really?
even you would have scored.
No, I saw it and I'm like, I don't think I could have scored that, guys.
I think I would have put that into.
I'm happy that people are beginning to see my sentiments when I talk about all these chances that big players miss after getting thousands of euros.
You're
to
like-
get paid.
You're like Felicity's comment then. I don't know if you've seen it, Chantelle. How on earth do you get paid 100 million to miss that chance?
No, but for real though, for real, like these guys
Oh.
are getting paid.
Is that another booking? No.
I mean, it's meant to be a foul.
Whoa.
Oh, come on, he didn't even touch him though.
Nah, it's just that's.
Felicity also said Arsenal beat Real Madrid for nothing. Like, I'm sensing some real frustration here, no?
Marking Days talking about Real Madrid as well. Real Madrid entire defence, starting defence will miss the rest of the season. Rudiger, Alaba, Militao, Carvajal, and Mendy.
I saw
That is true.
I saw
We've
that.
seen Mendy out for the rest of the season today.
Okay.
Arsenal with the chance here. 3 minutes of normal time to go. Can Arsenal do it?
This is where they have to do it.
Barcola just missed.
Nah,
And then
if
Gonzalo
Arsenal
Ramos.
score
Like,
here,
come on, man.
if Arsenal score here, it's about to be very, very interesting.
Declan Rice. Okay.
Wow.
Declan Rice. Declan Rice. Declan Rice. Let's do it, bro.
Clinton, sit down.
Declan Rice.
He's going to miss.
Declan
He
Rice.
can't do it 3 times.
Declan Rice.
He's going to put across.
Le
He
Pazakataya.
can't do it 3 times.
Rekete.
tongues? What are the tongues?
Rekete.
He's speaking in tongues.
Makusataya.
He can't do
Le
it.
brokoto sokoto. Le kete kete. Hey.
We are not
Declan.
serious.
Declan Rice.
He can't
Oh,
do
yeah.
it.
Do it.
What did I say?
Oh, handball. I think that's a Martinelli handball.
He wanted to go down.
You wanted to go down?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then
It was the right idea. Fire it in low and hard. Hope it comes off. Get a deflection. I think that was, maybe it wasn't. a
Okay.
handball.
Godfrey says PSG, they won Liverpool with the exact score line, a more stronger team than Arsenal. So yeah, I see Arsenal seeing this through. So a lot of persons are now supporting PSG. I'm not seeing that much support for Arsenal anymore. What's going on?
Was that comment for Arsenal or for PSG though? I'm confused.
Wait, hold on.
I need to read that.
James Bond has been active in the comments. We've got a substitution here for.
No, it was for
Emery.
PSG.
Yeah.
Who's that
They see
coming off?
PSG seeing
Okay.
it.
Kavic, no, João Neves. João Neves for Warren Zaire-Emery. Getting some fresh legs.
Aujourd'hui, tout.
No, 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 no.
Aujourd'hui,
No, 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 that's
aujourd'hui.
I can't. Again, apologizing to all the fans watching wherever you may
Come on, you
be.
friend, you know that's what we sing, man.
After.
Allez, allez, allez. Aujourd'hui, Mendy. Aujourd'hui, Mbappé. Aujourd'hui, Dembélé.
Are you done?
Are you done?
All right, let's
Okay.
continue.
The comment I was reacting to earlier, somebody said, and this is for you, Alex.
All right.
Bisade says, I will remove Saka for Sterling.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
To be honest, of course, why not at this point? You may as well do whatever you
No,
want.
but I wouldn't remove him for Sterling. I'd
Come
remove
on.
him
No,
for
but
One
that's the thing. You just never know, Alex. You
You'd
might be
silly
surprised.
to put on Sterling ahead of One Airy. You wouldn't put on Raheem Sterling
fair
ahead of One Airy.
Yeah. No, I get that, but then again, Raheem Sterling has got experience though when it comes to Champions League football and
Yeah.
stuff. Like you just don't know what
But
he's going to produce here.
he's not been performing well this season.
Nah, but this might be the first one that's going to give you what you
I
expect.
doubt it. I doubt it. I'd have more faith in One Airy. He's young, he's pacey, going up against that PSG
To be
defence.
honest, I'm quite surprised that they're just changing it.
Like watching Waneri, you called him, he's in.
Get on. Get on the pitch.
He literally just wanted to jump in.
90th minute and Odegaard off for Ethan Nwaneri.
I'm happy with
5
that.
5 minutes
5
of
minutes.
extra time. I think
He
Mikel Arteta should have
listened
made
to
this.
me.
Yeah, he did.
I think
He-
Mikel
exact
Arteta
substitution.
should have made this substitution, though, 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I think Mikel Arteta has made an absolute mistake with the substitutions this evening. It hasn't been working since the first 5 minutes. I don't know. I think Arsenal are lucky that PSG haven't scored those 3 ridiculous opportunities, but
It's been a disappointing night for Arsenal.
I'd say it's been disappointing for both. I'm thinking if you're PSG, you're happy you're winning, but they should be up 5-0.
No, of course.
I think both teams have been
So,
disappointing.
you know what the crazy thing is, yeah? I see Enrique going after this game, not even try. He's just going to be so angry and pissed.
He's gonna give them a telling
He's going
off.
to
Proper,
lay it
proper.
into, and he should. And that's a good mentality for PSG. You won
No,
the game,
absolutely,
but
of
yeah, I
course.
mean, you got to bury those chances
course,
because
of
I mean,
course.
imagine it's 4-0.
Yeah.
You go home, you hang out.
And you don't want to be comfortable. Because this game is still very open.
It's still, I mean, it's just a goal.
David Raya coming up into that
PSG have
last
got
line there.
Strasbourg away this weekend, and Arsenal have got Bournemouth. But
Neither of them are playing their starting team.
no,
I mean, Arsenal literally can't afford it. PSG,
they can afford.
they can afford it.
rest all of their starters. Well,
No, I mean, Arsenal can't afford to play any of their starters because they have so many injuries. There's no one left.
no, but I'd rather see them play the kids.
Sure. About 3.5 minutes here for Arsenal to try to squeeze out a draw.
I don't think they're going to do it. Unless Ethan Nwaneri produces some magic in this last 3 minutes. But
Remontada.
I don't see it. PSG have been the better side today. They deserve the win. Arsenal haven't created a lot. I mean, saying they haven't created a lot
Oh my
seems some.
God.
Whoa! Ethan Nwaneri, no! Martinelli! What was
Chucky
that?
Lee says next game, Shantelle should be the striker for Arsenal. No, you guys are taking it too far.
Wow.
I mean, how many shots have they had on target
Chance
today?
for Arsenal here.
They've had. Donnarumma's made 3 saves.
Oh my goodness gracious, Gabriel Martinelli.
That if you were a forward coach and you said, I want you to take this shot.
Oh, look at Havertz.
Calafiore.
Yeah, they're not impressed.
Calafiori could easily be a girl, you know. The hell?
You're saying that
Because
he's
he's
got long
beautiful.
hair.
Are you saying that he's pretty, Clinton?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying.
I'm saying he's part of those people that you could decide to wake up.
You're
on
saying that
Monday
he's
and
pretty, it's
say,
fine.
Hello. My name is Mario.
Oh, chance here. Put it out right. Put it out right. Look at the
Nah,
ball there.
wasted
It's
now.
too late.
Too late.
And again, you're going to get crowded. Right. Last chance saloon here for Arsenal. They've probably got what? 2 chances probably tops left. They need some magic here from the young Ethan Nwaneri.
Oh my God.
Dispossessed again. Wow. Yeah. I mean, he already seeing what Ethan Nwaneri's doing. He's getting in the right positions.
No, of course, yeah.
20 minutes ago, this would have been wonderful.
100%.
There's a ball in there in the middle. Miles Lewis-Skelly's getting in there. Martinelli's not going to get past
No,
these
definitely
two.
not. I knew he was. Why are you telling them to cheer for them? This is why I don't like about players. Bro, listen, forget about people chanting for you, man. You're losing. Go play football, bruv. You mad?
Mod3 God said PSG are probably 90 minutes away from the final. They're not probably, they are.
They
90
are.
minutes away from the final at this rate. 91 minutes.
I mean, there's still second leg.
Nicholas Jova there trying to give them some last minute set piece advice. Declan Rice swinging the ball in. Arsenal with the last chance of the game. 45 seconds left. Can they do it?
No, you're not doing it, bro.
Can see it. Ball in from Rice. Back post. Oh! What's going on?
Nah, but Donnarumma was on the ground. I mean, I saw that. I just knew. Ooh. Did he faint?
I don't think so.
Clinton.
No, but did you see what happened? The way he hit the wake up.
Oh my
That's
God.
Is this is Ben White? Ah, that wasn't a foul.
Oh, come on, that was a foul.
It's a bit rough and tumble. It's not a foul.
But João Neves didn't get the ball on the other side of the net.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it, I think.
Somebody said PSG already won the final. Oh.
That's it. Full time.
Yep.
1-0 to
PSG.
PSG at the Emirates. 1 goal in the 4th minute from Ousmane Dembele. Alex and Clinton may have laughed at me for my under 3.5 fouls, but I might be laughing at them for over 2.5 goals in this one.
Let's all laugh at ourselves.
1 goal in the first leg of the semi-final between Arsenal and PSG. Guys, not good.
No,
Not
disappointing.
very good. Everyone, let us know, let Shantelle know specifically your immediate reaction to the result. Like I said moments ago, initially, obviously, PSG, the better side, dominated the football here, dominated possession, but still fumbled massive chances. If I'm them, I'm disappointed. If I'm Arsenal, I'm obviously disappointed. They played horrific football tonight, really shaken. They just looked nervous the entire time. But both teams didn't look very good, in my opinion.
No, but I think if you look at the end of the day, PSG did what they needed to do. They've got the win.
Sure.
They've taken a lead back to Paris. This is, in effect, a 2-0 lead. I know it's not, but having that home field advantage and the crowd behind you back in Paris next Wednesday, Arsenal have got a lot of work to do. And you saw those last 5 minutes when Ethan Nwaneri came on for Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard was poor tonight. It was a really poor
A
performance.
lot of
from
people
him.
were poor from Arsenal.
He was-
I don't think this is the time to put it on just one player.
No, but I'm focusing on Odegaard specifically because he is the leader in that team. He's the captain. He's got to do a lot better. He's supposedly one of Arsenal's star players, and tonight he was missing. There were 10 players on the pitch for Arsenal tonight. Odegaard was nowhere to be seen, and things changed up. Whether they need to play a different formation, some different tactics. I would have liked to see a little bit more wing play from Arsenal. I don't think they utilised the pace that Saka and Martinelli and Trossard have enough. And we saw a glimpse of it in those last 5 minutes when Nwaneri came on, but that wasn't enough. And PSG, fair play to them, deserved winners.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if I was to even just speak about what I got out from the game is, fact is, you got to give PSG a lot of credits. These guys came into the Emirates, and of course, these Arsenal fans, I could imagine how loud these guys probably would have been. But we've seen a whole entirely different type of game from PSG. They've played this game as if this was their home. They've played this game as if, there's nothing like fans in the stadium. They've literally managed the game so well in terms of how they've distributed the passes, how they've created their chances at the same time. Like, this game could have ended like at least minimum a 3-goal deficit against Arsenal. And it would just, I'm somehow disappointed in PSG. You don't understand. Like, yes, of course, give them the credit that they played a very good game. Give them all the credits that they put up a proper fight against an Arsenal, at the Emirates. But you should be scoring more goals, man. You have the opportunities. Bury it now before you're going into that return leg. So at least, you have a very strong advantage. I mean, look at Arsenal going to play Real Madrid for the return. You will see an Arsenal that at this point, there's no much pressure on us, right? The next week is definitely going to be another pressurable game where even because this game is not done. It's literally only one.
It's 1-0, but Alex, where do Arsenal make the tactical changes here in order to try and get something out of the second leg at the Parc des Princes? Because right now, I mean, everything is pointing towards Thomas Partey, but can he really be enough of a shift for the way this team played?
I think so. I think when you look at what he brings to that midfield, I think I said it earlier, he can sit back and be that base of the midfield and allow Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard to move forward. You look at the midfield tonight, I think it was too defensive. I think you look at Mikel Merino, Declan Rice, they have the tendency, and this is more because of the position that Declan Rice has been playing this season, they drop back. And Martin Odegaard was through, maybe not just because of his, I think, the way that Arsenal set up tonight. Yes, he was poor, but perhaps that was also because he was the only one there who was a bit alone behind that front three. So by bringing Partey into that, you drop I also, to be honest, and this is going to sound weird again, I think I would stick Mikel Merino up top again. We saw the goal that they had. He scored. Obviously, yes, it was offside, but that was those crosses. PSG were dealing with them easily, and Mikel Merino, I think, he offers that difference going forward, and they didn't utilise the wings going forward enough. I think when you bring on Partey, he allows the players to push up a little bit more. He can be the base of the midfield with Declan Rice. He even allows Declan Rice to move forward a little bit. Odegaard can be that part of that two-man just behind the front three. Mikel Merino can run further forward and be a problem for that defence. I just think bringing that back in just offers them more security, and then it gives them more freedom going forward. But I think next week will be a different game tactically because PSG will come at them. Although we saw them this week, PSG were dominating possession all night long. So it'll be interesting to see whether they can utilise Partey's skills to their best.
They're going to have to. I mean, this is it. They're going to have to throw everything into it because it will be potentially their last match in the Champions League. Everything left to fight for both sides here.
Yep.
Only 1-0 to PSG, and obviously, even though Clinton, they dominated this game, they're going to be upset that they weren't able to make it 2-3, 4-0. And in the second leg, do you think that will come back and haunt them, or do you think that they will be able to get the job done?
Well, I mean, these are the things we'll never find out. Of course, this is just a one-goal deficit, and you just never know what is going to be in the return leg. Now, we know PSG, we've seen it when they play Liverpool. They are not even the easiest back in their own home. Fact is, I know that they are pretty much working under a very critical coach who understands, like I said, after this game is going to literally scream at every single player to ask them certain questions as to why this is even a 1-0. Now,
Just 7. Just 7.
Just 7?
Oh, I thought you said 7.
No. I said, why is it a 1?
No. It's like you said several questions. I thought you said 7 questions.
Oh, no, several questions. No, sorry,
like, why
not
so
7. No,
specific?
no,
Carry on,
definitely
carry on.
just several questions, because this game could have been a lot more better win going back to France, and the return leg would now become less pressure. Now, what they've now set for themselves going into their return leg now is that pressure of, are they going to come back? Just the same way you've just mentioned, Sara. This is what's going to be the mindset of a lot of the players now, or even the coach. Is this going to come back to haunt us? Because this didn't happen, right? You've had opportunities to take everything you can take out of the game, and you then go back into, you finish the game, you don't take these opportunities. Your next game, you're going to be suffering. Even your mental health, you would probably need some kind of diazepam to calm you down. Like, there's just going to be. I'm happy for PSG, but I think it could have been way a lot better.
Shantelle, check in with some comments.
Well, Amo Echo. Sorry, guys. I think it's clear and obvious after today's game, no one should compare Odegaard with Bruno Fernandes. Bruno is miles clear. Put Bruno in the Arsenal setup, and I guarantee he either assists or scores. Wilson says the second leg will be spicy. James Bond says they must put a lot of force in the next leg. I'm thinking he's talking about Arsenal. Ostyle says the finals, sorry. PSG versus Inter Milan. And Aiken says, Clinton, your dress is top-notch, so more compliments coming Clinton way. But yeah, the comments were a bit spicy today. Loved it. To Simba, James Bond, Percy, all those who kept it coming.
There you go, Clinton.
Well, whoever said my dress is nice, thank you so much. I think I'm going to get my fashion stuff going very soon. This is what we do it best still. I mean, this is coming straight from
Shops.
Shops.
Now, I was going to say LV, but now that, China have casted the whole business, there's nothing to be proud about. But, This is directly from Imo State, Nigeria. Mbano.
Clinton, someone said Arsenal need Osimhen.
Oh.
I've said it so many times. I don't really see Osimhen playing for an Arsenal. For some reason, I don't think he's that caliber of player. Of course, Osimhen walks into any team in the Premier League, in all honesty, and this is something I'll definitely give him all the credits for. But Arsenal, if I had the opportunity and the chance, I'm not getting Osimhen to Arsenal. There are other clubs I can easily tell you this is where I see him, shining and giving us that that we know of him. But Arsenal, nah.
Not saying he's not going to make it in Arsenal. He's literally going to kill it. It's not like they don't
Sorry,
create
I was laughing at
chances.
something else. Sorry.
Sorry, go on.
No, I was laughing at something else. I would say the pimple on Clinton's forehead is much more visible, but sure.
The what?
The pimple on your forehead?
I know. For every 5 minutes we've gone on this show, it kept on increasing. And this is, they say.
Touching it.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you touch it, that's what happens, right?
I think the thing is with Osimhen, I see him. We've heard a lot of rumours recently about him going to Manchester United. If Man United win the Europa League
and qualify for the Champions League,
I think that makes his chances of going to Manchester United a lot higher.
Yeah.
However, I don't know whether I feel like Arsenal wouldn't be the sort of team to really splash out and spend hundreds of million on a striker. I know Osimhen has the release clause of around 80, I think, if I'm right, from memory, if my memory serves me well. So I could see Arsenal looking at him. I know Chelsea have been looking at a striker. We've talked about the likes of Osimhen, Benjamin Sesko going there. Victor Gyökeres as well has been looked at by quite a few. Obviously, the link with Amorim at Manchester United. But this has been the big thing for me for Arsenal over the last year or two with the striker situation. They haven't forked out when they've needed to. If they, again, go another summer window without forking out for a striker, some questions have got to be asked. But now that they've got a new sporting director, I think things might change at Arsenal. I think we could see them going in big for a striker this summer.
I think it has to happen this summer.
Yeah.
I think it will happen.
If you
this
don't,
summer.
you
There's a lot of questions to be had.
You have to.
Markanday's asking, do you think Osimhen will be a success at Real Madrid?
He's not going to Real Madrid.
He's definitely not going to Real Madrid, 100%. No, he's not going to Real Madrid. I would not even want to see him.
He's not.
I would not want to see him in Real Madrid either. I think Osimhen would. Osimhen and Barcelona were crazy though. Let's imagine Lewandowski goes and Ferran Torres. They still don't have confidence in him.
Victor Osimhen to Barcelona?
He'll
No, I'm
crazy.
seeing Isak and Nico Williams to Arsenal next season.
I mean, that's
Isak in Barcelona, I still see him there, to be honest. I think he's just a different kind of player compared to Osimhen. But, I think these people are kind of players that you would imagine the kind of goals they score and then now assess the kind of chances that these teams, they would create for players. And fact is, when you look at the likes of this Isak, his style of play fits more with Barcelona, in my opinion. Osimhen, I see him striving in Barcelona as well, because obviously when you look at how many goals Lewandowski has, and you look at the caliber of striker Lewandowski is, he's not really that guy whom you would say he's a... I know this is going to hurt a lot of people, but Lewandowski is not a playmaker to me. Lewandowski is just an outright proper banger striker. He scores goals. He knows how to do it.
He's a proper number 9.
He's a proper number 9. When you look at the Isak, he's a number 9. However, he's more like a stylish number 9.
You're more likely to see him make a run and take on a player. And
exactly.
Obviously, that has to do with age as well, though, because 11.
No, of course. No, I mean, we can say the same for Cristiano Ronaldo at some point, right? When we can tell when he was able to run around, with, ball from the wings, whatever. Now it's more like you just need to wait for the ball to come. And this is one of the things we keep saying affects Kylian Mbappe currently in that Real Madrid, because whenever he's up there waiting and they are not servicing him, everybody say Kylian Mbappe is quiet. They know, but it's not about the quietness. It's about the fact that they are not being fed. They are not giving these passes that makes them these outright strikers that they are trying to make them be. And when you look at Kylian Mbappe, he's not that kind of guy. He's a guy whom he loves running. When you see him, what he does from the wing, right? Even so, that I don't know if we've watched a few games where we've literally said it. We've said, why is Kylian Mbappe not there when the ball is come? Why are we seeing Jude Bellingham there? It's only because maybe he stayed there for a long time. The ball is not come. He's now gone back to go find it. Knowing how fast he is, he wants to get the ball and start running towards, that post. And when he's not there, the ball comes and it becomes a problem. So, strikers, like you mentioned, the age comes to play a very key role there. When you look at but when we speak about age, what do we now say about the likes of Haaland? Because when you look at Haaland is also an outright striker, right? Mm-hmm. The only thing that you will see Haaland do if he's not on that box area waiting for the ball to come for either a header for him to score, you will know that Haaland is doing that ball hold play.
That's why I think he links up with Omar Marmoush so well.
Absolutely,
yes. They were missing And I think this is where City have been very good with their transfers over the last few years, apart from selling Julian Alvarez.
Yep.
I think they needed that difference in attack. And going back to Arsenal, I think that's what Arsenal need going forward. They've had Gabriel Jesus, they've had Havertz, who aren't out-and-out strikers. They need a proper number 9 who's going to score them 30 or 40 goals a season. You can't expect to compete for Champions League and Premier League titles without a striker that's capable of scoring 30 or 40 goals a season.
Definitely facts. I agree with that one.
No, sorry.
go on.
No, I was just going to say, okay, well, I guess we'll see what the second leg brings, how Arsenal will line up, how PSG will welcome them to the Parc des Princes. That's next Wednesday, the second leg of this semi-final draw. Meanwhile, guys, another big one tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Inter versus Barcelona. That's the one I can't wait for,
I know.
That's going to be the proper I don't want peace.
Set it up.
Someone says
Set it
you'll
up.
see the best of Sara tomorrow.
Hi. Sorry, guys. We worked about 20 hours in one day at the Copa del Rey. I can't even talk. Copa del Rey on Saturday. Power outage yesterday. We're slowly coming back into it. Also, this football didn't give me energy today. This wasn't one of those ones where I was thinking, oh my God, it was like even the Liverpool PSG, the first leg, even though that was a last minute from Harvey Elliott. Wow, I really can't speak.
There was still chance.
Well, it was
Yeah, there was
so
still
exciting.
back and forth going on,
We
yeah.
were screaming. You guys, I get excited when I see good football. But today wasn't the best of days. Tomorrow, regardless if it's a good day or bad day for football, I'll be screaming because I'll be stressed out either way. So you're right, Third Avenue. I see you. Talk to me. Set it up for us, Clinton. Set it up for us. We're in Barcelona tomorrow. Barcelona versus Inter Milan. Set up this game.
Right.
Well, you got so excited. You said, I can't wait. I
No,
don't want peace. I want problems.
Of course. Let's set it up. It's happening tomorrow, man.
Great.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, great. Barcelona taking on Inter at the Montjuic tomorrow after playing 120 minutes against Real Madrid, winning the Copa del Rey, their first of a potential treble. Meanwhile, Inter on their third defeat in a row of the season, losing to Roma 1-0 over the weekend. Alex, what is going on at Inter Milan? And is this maybe the best time for Barcelona to be playing them?
I was just about to say, can I throw in an early prediction for tomorrow night's game?
Think Barca are going to win?
2-1 Barca.
Then yes, you can.
I think given how how Inter have been playing over the last 3 games, a fantastic win for Roma at the weekend.
I think it's actually going to be 3-1 to Inter, but let's see.
Oof. Wow. Who's scoring?
Lautaro is scoring 2.
Yeah? Who's scoring the third?
Who's scoring the third?
Canoglu?
No.
Arnautovic?
No. I'm not. That's not the voice
Varela?
I'm hearing. Varela. Nah.
Bastoni?
I'm hearing. The name I'm hearing. You've not mentioned.
Darmian?
It's very loud and clear, man. I hear it very.
Thuram?
I don't know.
Thuram,
I don't know if he's
Is he-
100% to
is he
play.
not? Okay.
Yeah, I think he'll be in the squad list, but I'm not
come off
certain.
the
He
bench?
yeah, maybe. I mean, he could start. I just don't know. His first training session was today, I believe.
Okay, so he'll
So-
probably more than likely come off the
Be a
bench.
bit risky, considering that they're also still competing for the Serie A, as we all know, and then there's the second leg against Barcelona at the San Siro the week after.
And Napoli beats
Torino.
Torino 2-0 at the weekend.
Come on, Napoli! Sorry, I'm just so
McTominay-
excited for
Scott
the
McTominay
chaos.
with a brace.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like we keep saying on the show, the fact that a team like Napoli, after losing Kvicha, after losing Osimhen, are fighting up against a team like Inter and potentially going to win. I mean, even if they don't win, this run has just been brilliant. You lose 2 of your star players, 2 of the best players in football. Come on. Brilliant from Napoli. Inter this weekend, who do they have?
They have.
I'll check. Verona. Okay. Well,
Okay,
not as
so
excited.
they should win that. But
should win that.
yeah, I think when you look at
Napoli played last year.
the big thing for me with Inter is we've seen them. They did so well in the league last season and won the league at Atalanta. I can't remember how many points they were above AC Milan. They fell short in the Champions League. They're slowly slipping away here in Serie A. They've lost their last 3, and Napoli have taken the reins at the top. They're 3 points ahead. Obviously, Scott McTominay, as I said, with a brace at the weekend.
They
I think
still have to play, Lazio, and the last match is Como away.
Although, I think the thing is with Como, as well as they've been playing, I think by the end of the season, they probably won't have anything to play for. So they might be a little bit more relaxed.
But Napoli have to play Lecce, Genoa, Parma, and Cagliari. They're
all fighting for
much
relegation.
easier. Still, it's much easier for Napoli, considering that they're fighting also for a Scudetto.
Yeah.
And Inter are still competing in the Champions League.
I think the pressure is really on Inter at the moment. We saw how Bayern, I think the game against Bayern showed that they weren't untouchable. Bayern really pushed them towards the end there and were close to getting a leveller. I think if you'd have asked me a month ago whether Inter could beat Barcelona, I would have said yes, 100%. They're probably the favourites even coming into the tie, given how well they were playing defensively. But now, I think Barcelona will get the job done. I can see... Yeah, I'm going to stick with my guns here and go 2-1 Barcelona tomorrow night.
Okay. Clinton, sorry, why do you think Inter's going to win 3-1 tomorrow?
No, I think that's not really a... I didn't hear any voice. That was just my personal...
It was just a complete guess.
Yeah, that was just a guess. But honestly, I think Barcelona stands obviously a better chance to win the game. We've seen how crazy they are this season, and when you look at the Barcelona, that's not a team where you kind of like depend on just one person. It's a team where everyone pretty much turns up. We spent time sometime during this show speaking about Barcelona players. You did mention them, Alex. Barcelona pretty much are literally they are the best team in Europe as we speak. Whether you like it or not. And the only reason I was just giving Inter Milan some kind of chance is only because. They are equally a very good team. And they are those teams that you might not hear the world-class type of players, but it's not about the individual player. It's about them coming as a team. And remember, Champions League is always a very different competition. They may have played games in their leagues and they may have not gotten the kind of result they may want. But when it comes to, we see it with Manchester United currently. They play in the league. They don't give us the performance that they give us in when they play in Europe. Remember, from the start of this campaign, we've always said it. We said Champions League is different. It comes with a whole different aura. It comes with... There are teams that come there, they woefully fail. They play absolutely... And the ones who are ready, they take the shine. And, for example, look at Arsenal. Today is one of the days that we've not been very proud of them. They are not the team that we've seen against the Real Madrid, even in the Premier League. They are more solid than what we've seen today. So tomorrow, I don't think Inter Milan will come in trying to now be these guys that they are in the league in the last 2-3 games. Like this is a Barcelona they're coming to face, and the mentality is going to change. The way they are thinking in the game is going to be entirely different. It's almost going, because this is a very tough, serious game. This is proper. I don't want peace. Like everyone is coming in with proper problem. And for those of you asking, Clinton, do you bet? I bet a lot. As a matter of fact, I just lost my bet this evening. It happens. But fact is,
You got to play to win.
you got to play to win, absolutely.
There is a concern, though, with Barcelona tomorrow, and just the extra time of that Clasico over the weekend. Lewandowski, Balde, I don't think are going to be featuring in this one whatsoever. They're going to be tired. They're for sure going to be tired. That being said, then is the argument that they have won a trophy, gives them that boost. It's hard to say which way it's going to go, but, Hansi Flick has...
I could also see a 1-1 draw. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a draw tomorrow night.
Yeah?
I think Inter will come in there, park the bus, sit back, not 10 men behind the ball, but 8, 7 men behind the ball. They'll be waiting they'll be wanting to soak up the pressure from Barcelona, and Barcelona will have to break them down. It'll be tough, and they've got those outlets. Whether we see Marcus Thuram start or whether he comes on in the second half, Lautaro Martinez, who will be their outlet. We look at the wingers and the wing backs that they'll probably play if they go for a back five tomorrow, which they probably will. I think we could, as I don't want to say it because I don't want to jinx it, we could even see a 0-0.
Oof.
What?
I don't know about a 0-0.
No, definitely no.
Given the fact that Lewandowski is out, Barcelona have
Lamine,
Not-
Rafinha,
not long
Dani
off,
Olmo.
I know the
Fermin.
firepower. They've got unbelievable firepower, but Inter are coming off 3 losses. They'll be really motivated to turn things around. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 0-0. I don't think it's going to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, Shantelle, let's hear from the people, if you will.
Well, I was seeing Felicity. So funny for this. I think Clinton should join Arsenal. I also saw
A lot of people are beginning to believe in my football career. It's crazy.
I saw a few shouts saying that Inter will win, but I also saw some shouts saying that Barcelona will win, and there's also a person saying that they will draw. So I guess we'll see
So
how.
they're saying they're doing what Clinton does when he bets.
I'm going for a home away or a draw.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a mixed reaction going on here. Yeah, for me, obviously, I'm back in Inter. Not that anybody cares, but putting that out there. So Inter, please do something
why are you
for
backing
me.
Inter?
Because I want Inter to reach the final so that they can win the whole thing. Because I don't want PSG to win because they knocked out Liverpool, obviously.
Right.
Don't want Arsenal to win. I would rather see them go trophyless so I can continue laughing. So for personal reasons. And I don't want Barcelona to win. The fans are insufferable. I just don't want to hear it.
Okay.
So I'm back in Inter. But before we move on, I have to do a quick shout. I know that it's Champions League, but something else big is happening. The playoffs in the EuroLeague. Producer wants me to do a quick shout. So on Sporty TV, we'll have Real Madrid versus Olympia. Help me with that.
Olympiacos.
That one.
Olympiacos.
Yeah, which is a good team. They're top of the table. Real Madrid haven't been good this season, but it's the best of threes. Can they pull it off? We'll see. So that's coming up on Sport TV, so that's one to look out for.
And it's 2-0 at the moment, isn't it? Mm-hmm. To Olympiacos.
Yeah.
No, sorry, 2-1.
No, 2-1, because Real Madrid won
2-1.
against them.
So you've got the home game tomorrow, and then you've got another one on the 6th of May.
Yeah. Real Madrid will have to step their game up,
Really tough.
but it's going to be a very tough one.
I don't want to bet against Los Blancos, but I think Olympiacos are going to
No,
take
I
that.
feel
Oh
like
my
they're going
God.
to take it for sure.
Olympiacos.
What are you, oh my godding at?
Clinton, you don't think the rain will bother them this time?
The rain.
You don't think the rain
It's going
will
to be
bother them?
cold.
Right.
You tired?
No, I mean, like, I'm just sad that my team lost today, man. So,
Your team?
Yeah, Arsenal.
Team.
Oh my God, I can't
One
keep
of
up.
your teams.
See, it's Manchester United, Arsenal, Real Madrid,
It's whoever he wants.
Name them.
PSG, because I'll
Name
never
them.
forget that showdown when it was PSG versus Liverpool. Oh my God, I can't keep up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can keep up. Well, it is what it is.
Sorry. Almighty. Oh my gosh. Markandez, sorry to comment to me. Give me a valid reason to not. Wow. Give me a valid reason not to support Inter Milan tomorrow. Support Inter Milan tomorrow. I don't care what you do. Do what you want. I know why. A reason you'd want to support Barca is because I know you love watching Lamine and Pedri play. You've said it. I know that. But I don't care. Support Inter. You have all the right to do whatever.
I'm supporting goals tomorrow.
Fair enough. I mean, this was not it, was it,
Yeah,
Alex?
I scrap what I said about Neil. Well, don't scrap it, but I'm going to stick with one.
No,
prediction.
scrap it.
I'm going to stick with one prediction tomorrow. I'm going to say Barcelona to win 2-1. Goals from Ferran Torres, is he going to score? No. Lamine Yamal.
Lamine Yamal to score tomorrow? Yeah, I don't see that happening. Sorry.
And yeah, I'm going to go Ferran Torres. And then a goal from Lautaro Martinez. But Inter to go 1-0 up.
Barca likes a little pressure under them.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me for my prediction. So I see this going one of two ways. I see this either going low scoring, maybe even an Inter like a 1-0 or a 1-1, or no, a Barca thrash, like a 4-1, a 3-1. I don't see it. I don't see a 2-2. I don't see a 2-1. I think Barca are they're going to thrash coming off high, off of the win, or it's going to be maybe a 1-1 or a 1-0 even to Inter, and then we see. But I think one of the two. One of the two.
Guys, can I quickly ask a question?
Go for it. Are you looking at
Somebody?
AD Samuel's comment?
No, I'm not looking at
Liverpool fans are insufferable as
I'm
well.
not looking at that
Shantelle
one.
picks and chooses, guys. I'll start reading them.
No. Somebody asked Clinton, can you do a bicycle kick?
Can I do a bicycle kick?
Yes.
Bro, if this person is from, I do Okada kick. Like, you know what Okada is?
No.
Fam, I do moped kick.
What's Okada?
You don't know what Okada is?
No, the only Okada I know is a food delivery service in England.
Please go and check Okada. Okada.
What is it?
Okada.
Is it a type of overhead kick?
Yeah. This is the type of kick I'm talking about.
Okay.
Oh boy, here he
That's
goes.
a motorcycle.
Yeah, I do motorcycle kicks more.
How
Okada
does that
kick.
work? You just kick a motorcycle.
How does a bicycle kick work?
When you just overhead kick. You jump
You
up
do
in
what?
the air and you kick
And you
the
do
ball
what?
behind you.
So wait, so what's bicycle got to do with the kick? That's my question.
No, but what's the difference between a bicycle kick and a motorbike?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what is even a bicycle kick?
It's an overhead kick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right?
You guys should both try and do it.
No, I'm not. I can't. I know
Right
for-
here, on the
I know
table.
for a fact.
On the table would be nice, you know. I'd love to do it.
But what's
on
the difference between an Okada kick and a motorcycle kick?
Because motorcycle, they are faster. It's the speed. Do you understand? Because when you look at a
So
bicycle
you
kick,
say you do it quicker than most people?
of course, bro. Listen, see, let me tell you about bicycle kick. So bicycle kick,
Derek
right?
Thompson.
Yes.
Derek Thompson. Clinton, you almost broke your back during the Leganes match versus Barcelona.
No, but I think that's not the issue. The issue is, was I able to pull off what I went there for? That's the most important thing.
Not that you weren't.
No, I mean, I want a professional footballer. That's like, bro.
He
listen,
also said you can't do no Okada kick.
I can do Okada kick because mine is fast, man. Because let me tell you, we see some players, right? Some players, what they do is they just jump up and do like this. No, mine is I do one flip in the air first.
God.
At this
Because
point,
I
what
can
can you not do? Because he seems he can do everything.
I cannot beat a woman. Never.
He so far he's failed.
That's the only thing I know.
He's failed to produce jollof rice to the
Right.
office.
I meant in football, like on the pitch.
Oh, you mean on the pitch?
Yes.
Oh, right, okay. No, on the pitch, the only thing I know I cannot do is I cannot play a game and I don't score.
Defend.
I can't. Like I would always, I would always give you a goal.
Last
What?
time I-
Bro, guys, go and see my goals in Luton FC.
Last time I played football with you, you did not come in your own half. You stayed in the.
Because I was a striker. I was a Kylian Mbappe in that game, man. What do you mean, though?
Remember the good clip of Luis Enrique sitting Kylian Mbappe
Yeah.
down and saying, "You need to come back. This is a team sport."
Yeah, but Luis Enrique, he was probably drunk because why would you expect a striker who's supposed to be in the box wanting to drop back? Like, imagine
Because the ball's not in the box at the time. The ball is in your half, and you have to track back. Help out your midfield.
No, of course, no. But that one is kind of different, though. If the ball is in your half, but first
that's
of all,
exactly what I was saying.
but first of all, though, why should your ball be staying in your half? Like that's why
I'm
strikers
saying,
sometimes.
if the other team is attacking, and you need to come back and help, you don't do that.
No, of course you will come. But if I was a striker, right? Because listen, I don't strike like all these average strikers that you see in Premier League and all of this stuff, right? My kind of striking is I do it practical. I do it with this what they call akonuche in Nigeria, right?
A what?
You do it akonuche.
Akonuche.
Do you know what akonuche is?
No.
Now in be the wisdom.
No,
It comes from the Lord. Only God can give you akonuche. Oh, no, you need to go and find that song. Man. It's by a guy called Duncan Mighty, legend.
my God.
But
Can I read the last comment?
all right, go on.
You're not gonna,
No. That comment.
receive.
I don't know. Somebody needs to talk to me about what's been going on in this world, man.
Because that
You-
Twitter. Don't worry.
No.
Started.
Honestly, this is
Discord.
no. Listen, that's a very big topic, right?
Yes, but this-
and we have enough time to speak about it
It's still
because Arsenal has lost their game. So let's get into. Shantelle, read the comment. Let's carry go.
So there's this discourse happening on Twitter. If 100 men could beat a gorilla.
Wait. So my name was inside that comment.
So somebody was like 100 men versus gorilla. We need to send Clinton
All right,
to
no,
represent
I
mankind.
didn't even know my name was in that comment. All right, you know what? Let's talk about football.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry that you've had to witness what you just have, but that is it for us today.
Oh, thank
1-0 to...
Wait, hold on.
Okay, Clinton.
I was just
He doesn't want to be
No,
here.
I
He
was
doesn't
just-
want to be with you.
No, I was just happy to hear. I didn't know you were. Okay, go on. on, Sarah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay,
Let's
1-0
do it.
to PSG at the Emirates this evening in the first leg of the first semi-final. But don't forget, tomorrow we're back again, and Barcelona are in action against Internazionale. Let's see if this one maybe brings a little bit more heat, and I think it just might. We're back again, guys, tomorrow, same time, same place. Maybe some better booking codes, gentlemen?
Absolutely. Not just better
hope
winning
so.
code. I'm talking about winning codes that's going to make people rich proper. That's what I'm going to be cooking tomorrow. You know how you cook? And I'm going to be, see,
That's
Nigerians, I'm going to be turning semu for you tomorrow. Okay? My booking code, hasta luego. Ooh la la.
All right, guys, tomorrow back again for Barcelona and Inter Milan. So until then, as always, enjoy the football. Barcelona, Inter, Lautaro,